to night 2 of Ol'Ed's coverage of the 2024 draft. I'm, of course, NXT's representative. I'm joined by the one and only Bobby Munson over here.
Yo, hello. How's it going, everyone?
And the man getting nice and comfortable over here. Gunther's #1 fan, Mark Talks Wrestling over there.
The Dream Ganarao is going to be your #1 pick of tonight. I guarantee it tonight. The Dream Ganarao will be here.
Now, you do know CM Punk is in this draft pool, right?
Well,
and
of
again,
course.
the Dream Ganarao will be #1. If WWE do the right thing, he should be #1.
Going #1.
Right.
All right.
Thank you both for joining me. I greatly appreciate it.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Just getting my setup going there, so we should all be good to go. Everything's out into the world, and I know we're live.
There we go.
Right, who've we got here tonight?
Oh, we got new people here tonight. We got the guy with the black hair who's not from the other night. Oh. Oh, another watch party in NXT. They've moved the people around on the NXT side, which is nice.
Who do you think is going to get drafted out of that then?
Out of the NXT pool? Ilya.
Yeah.
Ilya and Roxanne have to be drafted tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so let's not state if we're going to pick a surprise like there was on Friday Night SmackDown with Kiana.
I mean, I couldn't have picked Kiana as the one to get picked first for the women in my life. So
no chance.
No, she had a chance to be drafted, but I over everybody else in NXT. That was a surprise.
Well, I get your reasoning for sure. But I think that's what they were trying to do, is just throw a couple of those curveballs, because again, everybody who has been complaining so far just been saying, "Oh, look, it's a lot of the same people on the same shows and stuff like that." It's like, okay, fair, but they did give us some curveballs, which were nice to see.
Yeah. And honestly, we have new champions. I don't need a lot of people jumping around. Like, Roman just lost the title for the first time in like 3.5 years. I don't need new people on SmackDown, because Cody's going to have a whole new ring of guys to fight against.
That's true.
Damian Priest is going to have a whole new crop of people to fight against for that championship.
Yeah. I agree with that.
The main things that need to get moved around is the women's division. The women's division needs to get better shuffled.
So Becky Lynch is out here now as your new Raw or World Women's Champion, however they're calling it now.
Yeah.
What have you guys made of it? Do you think that was the right call for her to win the title, or do you think it should have gone what everyone keeps saying, Liv Morgan?
I don't think it should have been Liv Morgan, but I would have preferred somebody new, somebody different. I think at this point, when you had Ronda do what she did, I would have started ping-ponging this title around everywhere between a bunch of these people. Start with Zoe or Shayna Baszler. Have one of them drop it to a Natalya or an Indy Hartwell or a Candice LeRae, and then have it end up by the end of the summer on Liv Morgan, because that's where it has to be when Rhea comes back. No matter what you think, when Rhea comes back, it has to be on Liv.
I think the biggest thing is that they needed somebody who's like a right now star, because you're coming off of a run of someone who has, done so well for themselves in the form of Rhea Ripley and become such a star that it's like, if you just put the belt on someone for the sake of putting it on them, I don't think it's going to have the same kind of impact. So I think from the company's perspective, the choice to go with Becky Lynch was the right choice. I think from a wrestling fan's perspective, though, I agree with you, Ed, that it would have been nice to see them go with different people to see what sticks. And, who knows what star could have risen in the process of doing that as well, too.
just give it a couple, like I said, I don't want long-term reigns from any of these people, but I want to see what people look like with the belt on them. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any reason not to give them an opportunity and see what happens. And like I said, have people keep dropping this title. Have big multi-women matches that really kind of throws everything out of the baby out with the bathwater for a little bit. Okay. Have Liv pissed that she can't win. Build that revenge tour a little bit more around, a little less around Rhea Ripley and a little bit more around I can't win the big one. I think would have been fun, especially if you're turning her heel.
There's something about Liv Morgan I just don't get. Like,
you're gonna cause problems here, Mark.
You are gonna cause some problems.
Get the stands on me. I've always had the Mercedes Moné stands or Sasha Banks, whatever you want to.
Yeah, I've had them. They're not fun. I stopped talking about her.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it because then I get more mentioned, so it's fun. But no, with Liv Morgan, I just don't get it. When I see her, I don't see a heel. I don't see a baby face. When I hear her talk, I don't hear a heel. I don't hear a baby face. I just hear someone trying to play a character. And we spoke about this before, Ed, when we talk about NXT stars like Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. When they're trying to play a character and they don't particularly believe it themselves, I don't believe it. When I look at Liv Morgan right now, she's trying to be the babyface heel. She wants the crowd to like her, or she wants the crowd to cheer for her for when she does something bad. When I see a heel, I want to see a full throttle Rhea Ripley Judgment Day, not Rhea Ripley singles, a Rhea Ripley Judgment Day where you're getting the booed shit out of you. But when I see Liv Morgan, I just go, you're not believable in what you're doing.
And of course, speaking of Liv Morgan, she is now on our television screens.
Cutting
a promo.
Mark believed she wasn't, so she
she went out there.
I think I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. That's why.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, Ashton was the other night too, and it really irritated me.
Yeah.
You
could tell the reaction to the Carmelo Hayes reveal on Friday.
I'm not going to say anything. When the draft picks get picked, I won't say anything until you guys have seen it.
Fair.
The worst part is I wanted to work out with her, but like in the beginning of the show, how to do this. And she said, no, we're good.
So it was worked out for you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she was reveling in the fact that she knew things before I did. Again, not like this is anything new that Astrid knows things before I do. This woman is so in the know. She always knows something before I do.
That's right.
Speaking about tonight's draft, while Liv Morgan's out here cutting a promo with Becky Lynch, let's go over tonight's draft pool. We got DIY, Apollo Crews, Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, CM Punk, the Creed brothers as a 3. They are listed as a 3 currently.
I need you to say Chelsea Green's name properly.
Chelsea Green. I'm not.
No.
I am not. I am not Samantha Irvin. I am not Samantha Irvin. My voice does not have that octave that Samantha Irvin has.
There you go.
There you go. Apparently, Mark's does though.
Damage Control as a 4. Drew McIntyre. The Final Testament, which includes Scarlett and Paul Ellering. Giovanni Vinci. Imperium. Jade Cargill. Judgment Day, which does not include Rhea Ripley. Or Damian Priest, obviously. Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Kevin Owens, Legado del Fantasma. LWO. Naomi, Natalia, New Catch Republic. The New Day. Odyssey Jones, Pretty Deadly, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tegan Knox, officially named The Pride, Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and B-Fab, and Tiffany Stratton. While Nia Jax is showing us what a true heel is and being booed out of the building.
Yes.
By going to shake a hand with a child and pulling it away. Perfect. Take a sign and rip it up too. That's a classic.
Yeah.
I love watching wrestlers rip up signs. I think it's fantastic, especially when they do it to little kids, make them cry.
Can we just appreciate as well Nia Jax's work since she's come back? And I've been very, very critical of Nia Jax in the past, and I think a lot of the internet has. But ever since she's come back, it's a different Nia Jax. It's safer Nia Jax. It's heel Nia Jax, that she's playing into these moves, and I love to hate her, but I also love her at the same time.
She's got a little bit of charisma this run. She's got a little bit of an attitude this run.
Yeah.
She's, as you said, she's working better, a little bit safer, a little bit more, I think she's great. I think she's doing a great job right now. Now, I may not like her, but I think that she's doing great work, and I respect the work she's doing.
A lot of the blame got thrown on Nia, though, for like the unsafeness too. And a lot of the problem is that Nia is, and this is not being disrespectful, she is a lot physically bigger than most of the people she's competing with. And when you're that size and have to change style, and she was kind of still green when they called her up and had her out there working. She wasn't exactly there and prepared properly to go out there and work with people that physical size. That's why she always worked better with, your Rheas, your Charlottes and stuff like that. But when you put her in there in the mix with some of the other ladies, it didn't quite mesh quite as well. But she has taken the time to slow it down a little bit and really figure it out. And I believe that that's been the key to some of that success upon the return.
Yep. We've got Jey Uso arriving to the building. 6-person tag between Jey Uso, Ricochet, the Speed Champion Ricochet, and that was Andrade, I believe, versus the Judgment Day. Stephanie's back on TV.
Oh, the picks are in.
And we'll find out after this commercial break.
After this first of many 600 commercial breaks here tonight. But that's okay.
Do you know what the annoying thing is? I'm going to miss Backlash.
Oh, yeah?
You're missing Backlash. Why are you missing Backlash?
I didn't realize this until about a few days ago when I got told that my stag do is this Saturday.
Oh, no.
I'm like,
You could always watch the replay, though, Mark. That is the beauty.
Oh, I will be watching it. If I'm sort of capable of functioning the next morning, I will be watching it.
Remember, you can watch it. Well, I don't say it is that evening. I would say for us, it's great. Bobby, me and you, it's great. I get to go out after that on Saturday night. It's fine. Yep. Bobby gets to go have dinner after the post show. It'll be like 6:00 his time. It's fantastic.
No, because that starts at like 10 in the morning my time. Doesn't it start at like noon Eastern or something like that? Or
I thought it was starting at 3.
Was it? Oh, maybe I got the whole thing wrong.
I believe. I'm opening Peacock now. Hold on.
It says
I am pulling out the clock.
10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's 1 a.m. Yeah. So it's actually 11 my time that it kicks off here. So
even better.
Yeah. So I mean, by the time Backlash is not going to be overrun by it's overseas, so it'll probably run a little more than the 3-hour mark, but not by much. So
and even if it does, that ain't no big deal.
Mid-afternoon, I'm done. Perfect. Early dinner, maybe. Who knows? Because I'm an old man. I got to catch the early bird specials now.
While we are running a commercial break, I'm going to give us a minute to go ahead and get some water and recap before we get ready. We're going to go ahead and run our commercial break, our weekly calendar. We'll see you in just a minute.
Hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me. Yeah, you're burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized.
there we are. Thank you for making that, Bobby. We greatly appreciate you making that calendar each and every week.
No problemo. I enjoy making them because then it just shows how much great shit we got going on over here.
And we have even more because me and Andre are actually doing a Marvel talk this Wednesday, talking about Iron Man 3.
Beauty. Sorry, I missed
that one in there. No, it's all right. We decided to squeeze it in last. We talked about it last Wednesday, and nobody decided to tell you that we were doing it.
So we got coverage every day of the week this week, is what you're saying.
We
now.
do.
No
we
days
do.
off.
No day. I have days off. I have.
Well, you have days.
I had to produce Honor Ramble the last week, and in that, I love Honor Ramble. Honor Ramble was a great show, but our producing core for Honor Ramble needs to be that needs to be our Western Canadian friends who have a much more.
That or we just really need to get Collins and Kyle fully trained on it so that they can take care of business themselves. One of these days.
I mean, I don't know if we have one of our Western Canadian friends doing it, but that thing goes late into the wee hours for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
it lines up pretty okay anyway.
Champion Sami Zayn is on my television screen. How you feeling about that, Mark?
That's Mark's favorite Intercontinental Champion too, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'm happy what Chad Gable did.
Bronson Reed wearing a Hitman training gear shirt.
Right,
nice to see.
I'll tell you where I am. The picks are about to come in. So
I'm
going to mute myself and I'm going to then shut my mouth and not say anything.
Well, welcome to the Queendom.
It's Stephanie McMahon on our screens now, coming out with the first picks of the evening.
Isn't it amazing how
knows.
He does?
Ooh, cheap pop, cheap pop.
She learned from the best, Mick Foley.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
No!
Mark
no! All right, let's just put him away. We don't need him anymore. And the best part is he's muted, so he won't even notice.
Oh, I didn't even realize that Gunther's reign was 666 days as the Intercontinental. They did that shit on purpose.
He is the devil.
Jade Cargill goes first for SmackDown tonight.
So she sticks with Bianca Belair. But interesting to note that they are separating Naomi from Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Yeah. Oof. So Raw kind of cleaned up nicely on this one, really. It's like, we're just going to pick these factions and groups so we get an abundance of wrestlers, while SmackDown's like, well, we got Jade. Raw's like, we'll take Damage Control, Imperium, any other factions we can name here to stack our roster.
All right, Mark, you can unmute.
You're good, Mark. You're good.
I mean, we got one more pick, but I think we can worry about it.
Oh, we got another friend in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there we go.
The number one pick of the... It's the great... No, don't you fucking mute me, boy. The great...
I didn't. I pulled you out of the chat.
No! The greatest intercontinental champion in history, the greatest Austrian wrestler that has ever existed, the greatest European that's existed. It is the Ring General Gunther. by the way, and he will be the next world heavyweight champion. Thank you very
He
much.
very well might be.
Oh, look at oh, fuck, yes. Right. Oh.
I like the ticker. Ticker's good there, Ed. Sweet.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I still think SmackDown got the better of that.
No.
Well, I
I
gotta disagree with you just because, like, I'm not saying SmackDown's picks aren't good, but when you pick a faction of 4, of which is Damage Control on top of it, plus you get Imperium. I mean, I gotta side with Mark on this one. Gunther alone is worth his weight in gold as a selection, but you get Ludwig Kaiser along for the ride. They got 6 quality superstars. SmackDown's got an untested Jade Cargill and Kevin Owens. I mean, great selections, but I don't think they hold the same weight as Raw's ones in this first round.
Yeah.
I think going into the future, I think that there's, and remember, you have to put the Jade Cargill pick in with also having Bianca Belair.
Okay.
Not only is she going to be on SmackDown, and yes, she may be untested, but she's going to be side by side with Bianca Belair, somebody who came from outside of wrestling, learned how to do this, picked it up very quickly, became a star. She can be a very good example for Jade Cargill over the next 12 months.
Yeah.
I think that that's a big pick for Jade Cargill, and then thus for SmackDown. And Kevin Owens, I think, is a vital pick because of the fact that you want to keep that Tama Tonga, Solo Sikoa, Kevin Owens thing going. So I think it's a necessary pick there as well. I don't hate those picks.
No. I think it's very, very good picks for both brands. But if you're going by which night won overall for the first round of picks, you're gonna go with Raw because of you've got Gunther, who is a ready-made world champion. You've got Ludwig Kaiser, who, in my opinion, is
Mr. Tiffany Stratton.
Is a ready-made intercontinental type champion. He is a middle type champion on the brand. You've also then got a group of factions: Io Sky, former world champion; Dakota Kai, future world champion; Asuka with Kairi Sane, who can do excellent things with the tag division, but not only that, build other women up as well at the same time. SmackDown picks, I think, for future, their picks look like, what do we need to build for the future? Jade Cargill, perfect. In a year's time, next year's WrestleMania, I think she's going to be the one that will go after the championship and probably win it at next year's WrestleMania. You've got Kevin Owens, who not only is he now, but if you ever need him in a title match and you don't really know what's going on, shove Kevin Owens in, he'll build shit out of nothing. That's the thing that I look at Kevin Owens with. But if you've got
I think I'm also
on your television, you've won.
I'm also a little salty that Gunther is not paired with Logan Paul, because I wanted Gunther versus Logan Paul.
Well, you've got Gunther versus possibly Damian Priest. You've got Gunther versus Drew McIntyre again. Then you've probably got CM Punk in that. I would love to see CM Punk go one-on-one with the Ring General. I don't think
CM. Here's the thing: the next time CM Punk wrestles, he's going to be out another 6 months because he's going to get hurt again. So Drew McIntyre is going to hurt him. So you're not going to have that match because you got to wait for him to heal to wrestle Drew, and then once he wrestles Drew, you got to wait for him to heal again because he's going to get hurt. How do we know this? Look at his track record. Every time he seems to have a wrestling match, he gets hurt.
I am interested to see. With him being back in WWE and him saying, allegedly, his words, not anyone else's, him actually getting proper medical care, his words, not mine, that how this physio and the way what he's doing, the rehabilitation, is going to be different this time than what he's done before. Is this something that could help him long term, or is this something that CM Punk needs to realise he needs to become a mouthpiece. Allegedly, that is going to be said quite a lot, most probably. Is he going to need to become a mouthpiece for a wrestler or a faction? Go into that Paul Heyman type of role moving forward, or backstage producer. According to people, that's what he's been doing, helping the youngsters in NXT. So
yes,
who knows? Who knows?
He was seen this afternoon outside of the arena wearing a Generation of Jade shirt. It's the first Cora Jade shirt they ever sold.
I think it'd be fantastic if after he returns back to the ring afterwards, he wears a neck brace around on every TV appearance that he does afterwards.
No. We're not going to deal with Tony Khan stuff at CM Punk. WWE will take the high ground, if nothing else.
I won't.
Astro Bizarro helping his daughters. Yes, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade are indeed his daughters. I thought it was funny when people were like, hey, isn't it funny that CM Punk is always seen backstage taking photos with the women? It's like, yes, those are the talents he's trying to make better. Those are the talents he's trying to work with to get them to the level that they can and should be at. So, yes, he's down there with those NXT girls getting them better. It just so happens that they're all the female talent. You don't need CM Punk doing that with Carmelo Hayes. You don't need to see him doing that with Trick Williams. Those guys are already over. Ilya Dragunov's making sure to take care of those two gentlemen.
And you have to say, if you look at all the industry so far, or if you look at NXT, the one thing that the women are missing from NXT that I feel like is a bona fide mouthpiece or a bona fide talker that can do it. You had Tiffany Stratton, who I felt like grew and got better and better and better. Roxanne Perez has plateaued. Cora Jade has plateaued. I'm trying to think of the other women in the Lyra Valkyria. Just no. In every sense of the word, no. And I just feel like that's what the women... And I think it also, you can say that to the main roster as well. They're missing a few. If you take out Bayley and Becky and Rhea and a few others as well, that the established women... Oh. Okay. We've just had an Uncle Howdy sighting-ish.
How did we?
The screen flickered.
Ooh.
Now,
well, howdy doody, I haven't seen it yet.
Point. That's a talking point I want to bring up.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, there we go.
So that'll be trending in T-minus 30 seconds.
Yeah. A talking point. How do you think this is going to go? And how worried are you for Bo?
Not worried at all.
Because I feel like there's a line. You can't be... I've got to think of the right words for this. You can't be taking over what the legend Bray Wyatt did. You've got to try and be yourself, but take the ideas of Bray and execute it. I'm worried, but I'm also really friggin' intrigued about what's going on. Just want to get your opinions on it. You're also muted, Ed.
Based on what we saw in the documentary, I think it's very clear that Triple H is going to do this in the most respectful way he possibly can.
Yeah.
Where he is going to utilize Bo Dallas and friends to make sure that they uplift the memory of Bray Wyatt without using the memory of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Using in a negative connotation. They're going to use the memory of Bray Wyatt, but they're going to hopefully use it in a positive light. Also remember that the family of Bray Wyatt has a Legends contract so that they can do these kinds of things to make sure that they're supporting JoJo and the girl and the kids.
Yeah.
By making sure that they go ahead and, they're not just utilizing Bray for their own selfish corporate means like they would in the past.
And keep it in mind that Bo was already essentially coming out to portray that character. It just wasn't fully fleshed out. And if it weren't for him wanting to. I think that he wants to is the key factor there. And the fact that he wants to pay respect to his brother is the key reason why it'll be done correctly and with respect. So.
But Barry is right here as we say hello to Barry for the first time tonight. Respectful is in the eye of the beholder. You never know how the fans will react. Yeah, I never would have thought JoJo going out with Liv Morgan and Lana was gonna make fans throw a hissy fit. But it did. One real dumb idiot had a big problem with that, and that man needs to go out and touch grass.
Well, Xavier caught up in the ropes now. So are we pretty much going to gamble on the fact that Gunther's winning the King of the Ring?
Yes.
I don't think he's going to be in the tournament.
Yeah, they just announced it today before this match started. They said he's entered into the tournament. So with that, I would say, yeah, it's got to be. Because, I mean, if keeping with tradition of the King of the Ring in the past, he used to be a key to a world title shot. So it's easy to put, even easier to put him in that picture.
Gunther just chopped the inner thigh of Xavier Woods while it was caught up in the ropes.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck, Gunther?
There is a sinister part of me that kind of wants to know what taking a chop from Gunther would be like. And then there's a part of me that's like, Bobby, don't be stupid.
Gunther was once approached to do it. Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic were doing a punishment thing. Yeah. And before they had to sing a song and go around on segways when Wrestle Talk lost, the original punishment idea at that wrestling media convention was to have Gunther give each person on the losing team a chop. And Gunther refused because, in his words, if I chop you, I'm going to treat you like a talent and you're not going to survive.
This is exactly what I did to Basser outside of a PPW show one night because he had kept bugging me that he really wanted to know what it was like to take a chop. And I'm like, I don't want to do this to a friend. And he's like, no, come on, please. I need to know. I'm like, I got to let you know, if I'm going to chop you, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to hit you as hard as I possibly can. And I've been practicing for quite a few years, hitting the heavy bag to learn how to chop better. So he agreed to it. I'm like, all right, man, I hope we're still friends after this. And I lined that thing up and snapped him as hard as I could. And there's a picture he took later when he got home. It's just this big red handprint right across his chest from it. Oh, I snapped him pretty hard.
Now, just because we are who we are, I want to go ahead and get this out there. Obviously, we're all big Impact fans here. A good friend of ours is trying to trend worldwide, so I'm going to play a video that a fan made about a wonderful friend of ours, because you have to.
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Henry.
My video paused.
I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I don't know if I believe in Joe Henry or not.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause London, Paris, and Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
So if you haven't, please go make sure that you go over to whatever music product that you use, whether it be YouTube Music, iTunes, Spotify, whatever it is, and make sure that you are streaming I Believe in Joe Hendry to get him to the top of those charts, to get that song charted. He has gotten...
He's currently number 5 in the UK.
I was going to say he was 1 earlier, but I think he might have slipped a few spots.
He's between 1 and 5, I think, in the UK. I saw someone tweet that he's in the top 10, and I went, oh my fucking God.
Yeah. He's out... Ironically, he's outselling... what is it?
Taylor Swift.
No, U2. So 3 hours ago, he updated us with the charts that he knew as of then. He was number 1 in the UK. He was number 7 in the US. He was number 2 in Ireland. He was number 18 in Australia. Finland was 36. Mexico was 47. Canada was 52. Pick it up, Canada. You can do better. And Germany was 62.
What we need is to turn Joe Henry into wrestling's new Rick Astley moment. It's the new Rick roll of professional wrestling. You go to play a serious video, and I believe in Joe Henry pops up on the screen. I tell you, people, make that shit work.
And Barry's right. How has WWE and AEW not picked up Joe Henry? He's great in the ring. I'll upgrade from not a bad wrestler. He is a fantastic wrestler, and he is. My thing is, I think that Joe Hendry is the perfect. Oh, Gunther with that heel selling, that was so fucking funny. Sorry, he's just sitting there like walking across the ring like his leg was hurt, mocking Xavier Woods. That was great. Joe Henry is the epitome to me of an independent wrestler, a guy who loves to just go and work everywhere, anywhere. He doesn't want to be trapped down anywhere, and by being an independent wrestler, he gets to do all the fun things he does. Like Impact is about as high level as I think he can get and continue to do the things he does without getting companies in trouble.
Yeah.
Because if you've seen, like, all the ones in Impact are funny and they're great. Edge's bitch is one of my favorite things of all time. However, if you go back, there are so many better ones from his run in the British Indies, because he gets to use real music, and you get to see the real creativity that this man has. If you haven't seen, just type in Joe Hendry Venga Boys and have some fun with that for a couple minutes.
He also did one
in
the house
over here. He also did one with about Scotty Too Hotty, if I remember, and I think it was over
Noam
here.
Dar.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. There's one about Drew McIntyre where he sings It's a Drew World. Instead of Blue, it's Drew. Barry Monkey. Yes. Thankfully, our copyright laws are more relaxed. Oh. Can we also talk about, just for a quick second here, in this match with Gunther, let's just talk about how underrated Xavier Woods really is.
Oh, Xavier's great. He always has been.
Like, this man, if he were a foot taller, he'd be a world champion.
Like, when he was Consequences Creed, even before coming to WWE, there's always potential in him. He's got tons of charisma. He can work, and he knows what work to do. He understands that he's not the world champion guy, and he's okay with that. And I think I respect that even more about him, because of the fact that he is out there doing his job, putting people over. And right now, having a really solid match with Gunther, we know the outcome. We understand the outcome, but this isn't just a go out there and squash it type matchup. It's competitive and enjoyable.
Oh, they're teasing a towel thing for. They're teasing a towel thing with Kofi and Woods. This is interesting. Yeah, this is so great. Like Xavier Woods, I love how, like you said, he has the idea that it's like the Intercontinental title is as high as he might ever get, and he's okay with that because that's a dream for him. Winning King of the Ring was a dream for him that they helped him accomplish.
Well, and look at how good it's done for his gaming channel as well, too. He gets to have fun and play video games with other kick-ass wrestlers and other gamers and stuff like that, and he makes a kick-ass ton of money doing it. This guy doesn't have to work regular everyday jobs like the rest of us.
No. Now, just so we're clear, Up, Up, Down, Down is currently technically a WWE property.
That's fair.
It is,
but I mean,
it is technically
he's at
owned
the heart
and
of
operated. He runs it, but it is technically, and I believe it's going to be his once he's done. Yeah. But I believe it's owned, operated, and financed by WWE for now.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he left and they wouldn't give it to him because it was under some nasty old regime that didn't like to play nice with anybody, he could still go make a channel, Xavier Gaming or Consequences Creed
left,
Gaming.
Right, left. And honestly, you just make it left, right, left, right.
left, right, select, start, whatever you want to do. It's going to go over well. People know who he is, and they're going to watch. Plain and simple.
That is the first time I've seen the Ring General use that submission since fucking hell NXT UK, I think, where he used it once. He never uses that submission ever. It's very rare he whips that out, which is brilliant. But again, with Xavier Woods, he's one of those people who I look at and I go, if you turned heel, you could be something special.
Mm-hmm.
But he just won't do it.
I think one of these days we're going to get the New Day as heels again. I think we will.
No, but I
hope
want
so.
him in New Day. I want him to turn his back on all of them.
Oh, I don't think we're ever going to get that. Those three have made it perfectly clear. Those three have made it perfectly clear that they're not turning on each other.
Yeah, that's the issue.
They don't need to either. They don't even need to go heel. They've done what they need to do, really, essentially.
I need to see Xavier Woods do what Seth Rollins did in the Shield. Smash Kofi Kingston in the back with a chair. Get all that heat on you and team up with Dominic Mysterio and win everything. That's what I want to see.
No, see, here's the thing. With the Shield, it was done because you needed to get three guys over and into a main type of picture, and that was the best way to do it. With the New Day, they've been there. They've done that. Two of them have been former world champions. One of them a King of the Ring. They've won numerous tag team titles, traveled the world together. At this point in time, it's like turning John Cena heel. That shit just ain't happening. And if it is, you just can't see it. So
the thing is with the New Day, I'm bored of it. Like when I watch the New Day, when I hear Kofi Kingston, I go, I'm bored of you now. And when I hear Xavier Woods, I go, I'm bored of you now. Like they don't bring anything anymore to the table that makes me want to get excited about them. It's just like they're there.
But that will wear off with a heel turn very quickly as well, too, at this point. They're so far along in their careers that even a heel turn, the novelty will wear off in less than a year, and you're going to be back right where you were with them. They're better off just doing what they do until they're ready to say, no more wrestling. We're just going to go do our things on the side and mentor other people.
I mean, at this point, they're pretty much there. I mean, Kofi, I'm assuming, doesn't have many years. I'm assuming Kofi's going to want to retire at some point. I mean, he's been here for almost 20 years. Yeah. Big E is essentially retired at this point with the neck injury. Even in his own words, he's not sure he'll ever be medically clear. And he's not sure he wants to be medically clear.
He seems to have it good. Like, I mean, I don't like, obviously there's always a desire for wrestlers to want to be in the ring at times, but sometimes, you know, maybe you get into a position like Big E now where what he's doing is satisfying enough and he knows that it's a reliable position within the company to still work for the company that, you know, he's been with for so long and not have to worry about what happens when he decides to hang up the boots. Because a lot of wrestlers hang up the boots and where do you go from there kind of thing? And Big E already knows. He's learning and getting to experience that kind of stuff long before that ever actually happened to him.
He helped make a movie, a short movie. He's been doing other things in the media world. Barry Monkey popping in. I like when people stay together, friends. I get bored of fans who 5 minutes after a new tag team or faction starts, they start talking about when are they going to break up. But that's the world of the IWC, especially nowadays. I mean,
but there gets a point where it's good, it's fun, but when you're not bringing anything to the plate, you need to do something.
But I think at this point, the New Day is just there to help bring along younger stars. I don't think there's ever going to be a period of time where we shine the light back on the New Day as a top attraction.
That's the answer right there.
I think that last time that they got the light shined on them was the short period of time where they wanted to make the NXT tag division, and they made Gallus by having Gallus defeat them to gain those tag titles.
And
I
Mark
think
couldn't
that
have
was
been happier when that day happened. I know.
no, he wasn't. He was thrilled.
Why are we
I
getting
wonder-
the NFL?
What's that?
We're getting a lot of NFL stuff going on here.
Well, we're in Kansas City, and the draft was just this weekend, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see why they're doing this. Okay. Shouldn't have spoken so early.
And plus, we're going to see Taylor Swift somewhere in a couple seconds here, I'm sure. There's Patrick.
Oh, you said the name, Ed, so now we've got another Taylor Swift clip. Just saying.
Yeah.
One for the collection.
I believe in I'm a Swiftie.
I think it was great when all of a sudden there was three of us guys that started having a discussion about Taylor Swift in the Discord, and Ashton's like, "Excuse me, who are all of you, and why was I not invited to this conversation?"
Yeah.
Me, Andre, and Mark are just sitting here.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like,
I was sitting there with my popcorn.
The best part is we were actually positively discussing and critiquing the Tortured Poets Department, which, by the way, we all say is a fantastic album. However, all three of us guys all also state unequivocally that there needs to be a little bit of happy, a little bit of poppy in that 31 songs. There's 31 songs of sad and depressed.
It's in the title.
The same thing over and over again. I understand, but still.
You wouldn't expect REM to make a song called Shiny Happy People and talk about how depressed they are now, would you?
Barry Monkey, but it's the NFL, so who gives a fuck? It's America. Of course we do.
To be fair, the NFL, they sing the national anthem.
Oh, look at that Super Bowl. I hadn't seen that
game.
yet. Oh, look at that Super Bowl championship belt. Ooh, that's pretty.
All
right, the picks are in. Mark's going to mute himself for a second.
Puerto Rican wrestler in the world. Logan Paul is here, Astrid. The greatest Puerto Rican ever. And he's doing the draft, so I'm muting myself.
Isn't there something we're supposed to do when he starts talking about Logan Paul in this?
Yeah, you're meant to get rid of me.
We're supposed to do that.
There we go. There we go. Now we won't get in trouble.
You don't have to black yourself out, Mark. It's fine.
We're just razzing you, Nate. We're just razzing you.
Mark is still here, everyone. Don't worry. He's fine. He understands how this goes.
No, he's just sad. He's a sad Mark. He's a sad poet's Mark.
Tortured poet Mark.
Tortured poets Mark. There we go.
I do think he's missing an opportunity here. Mark talks Tortured Poets Society.
There we go. That's perfect. I love it. Mark, come on back. You gotta talk about how you're gonna do that going forward on your
Mark,
channel.
yes, America's with their bloody national anthem. The fans don't even boo like it's a normal country's crowd would. Hey, KJ's back to join us for a second night. Hello, KJ. Thank you for joining us.
Good
Hopefully, Astrid will pop in at some point. Oh, here we go. First pick.
Well, drum roll, please. Well, Bunk going first. Raw got so many people in the first round tonight that they're like, we could take an injured wrestler because we've got enough on our show as it is.
Well, that means Drew McIntyre is saying on Raw.
Yeah. Although it would be quite entertaining if they didn't put him on Raw and then they could have Punk turn around and say they was too scared to follow him over. Because they're not going to follow the draft to a T. Come on, let's not kid ourselves.
I'm sure Triple H is going to try his best.
Now they're chanting for him in Kansas City
Well,
tonight.
you're allowed to chant for him when he's actually on the shows.
Yeah.
It was 10 years after he left, and you were still chanting for him when he wasn't in wrestling. That was the issue.
There we go, SmackDown. There we go. The Pride going to SmackDown.
There we go.
There we go. Finally picking a faction, getting 4 wrestlers for the price of 1. Smart pick by SmackDown.
Now, Logan didn't say it, but BFAB. I'm assuming.
I thought he
they have her
did
in
say.
the
I thought I heard BFAB in there.
Okay, I heard the Street Profits. I did not hear BFAB, but okay. Glad to see she's back and going with them. I think I think it would have been better if it were Bianca, but I like the addition of BFAB in that group. It makes sense. It's doing good.
Strowman coming to Raw. So presumably, so is Uncle Howdy at Friends, or yeah, Uncle.
You would
Captain
imagine
Howdy. The Captain. It's Uncle Howdy, right? Yeah. I was getting that screwed up. Goddamn me and my horror movie love. Exorcist
always
ruined
say
me on that whole
Else.
thing.
All right, everyone, be quiet. Ed needs to listen to the next pick. Wait for it.
Oh, there you go, Ed. There you go.
There
still
you go.
behind. Hold on.
Watch it.
Hasn't
You watch
happened
this.
yet.
Watch. Here it comes.
Yes! We can play the graphic.
Oh, yeah, here
All
it
I
goes.
have to
Here.
say now is it's Tiffy time. All I have to say now is it's Tiffy time.
So great, we played it twice. Tiffany
Barry,
Stratton
that is
staying
not
on SmackDown.
No, Barry Monkey, no. No, Barry Monkey, no. No.
Next thing we know, Ricky Shane Page is going to get drafted too.
Take him. Take him somewhere. Anywhere. Just not on my screen.
All right, we have updated.
So I presume at this point now we're gonna find out who Logan Paul is gonna face soon, as he's now got a microphone and walking down to the ring with speed.
I think it's got to be Carmelo Hayes at some point soon.
That's speed for you. No, I don't think he'll put him with Carmelo Hayes yet. I think that will be. I thought it would be. I think it'd be quite fun to do Carmelo Hayes, Logan Paul, and LA Knight for SummerSlam.
We got Barry Monkey. Drew in a year has gone from being the most boring in wrestling to an entertaining promo worker. Drew's great, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Drew always was great. It's just that his shtick kind of got a little boring, and it was nice that they gave him a chance to do something that he can do. That's talk.
Can I ask a question? And I don't
You
know
can
if
ask.
it's been.
Yeah.
Has Jey Uso been drafted yet?
Yes, Raw.
Yeah.
He was the first pick for Raw.
Yeah.
Was that night one?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So night one was Bianca Belair drafted first, then Jey Uso, then Carmelo Hayes, then Seth Rollins. Round two was Randy Orton, then Braun Breaker, then Nia, then Liv.
And Kitty
And
wants
then in
to
round
eat.
three, it was LA Knight, Ricochet,
Yeah.
the Bloodline, and then Sheamus. And then in the fourth round, it was AJ Styles, Alpha Academy, Andrade, and my ticker doesn't tell me who the last one was. Hold on. Kiana James, yes, obviously. Kiana James.
Okay. And Kiana James is going to Raw.
Raw. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Baron Corbin was the only NXT star picked during the supplemental draft, and he went to SmackDown. So he
I'm
is
quite
separated
annoyed
from
that
Braun
he hasn't-
Breaker.
Yeah, I was quite annoyed that they separated them. That would have been a nice little feud in the future, but also helping Braun Breaker. Actually, he doesn't need any help. He's absolutely demolishing bastards at the moment, does he? Let's be honest. Braun Breaker doesn't need
Cedric
So-
Alexander doing a flip and Braun Breaker speared him out of midair on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braun's fine. He needs not Baron Corbin anymore. He's good.
Yeah.
Baron has taught him all Baron Corbin needs to teach him.
Yeet.
Yeah, yeet.
So what do we think is going to happen with Jey Uso now? Because we all know that when you're the first person to go after someone who's just won the world title, you're going to lose. And that means you're there to lose. He ain't going to beat Damian Priest, let's be honest with each other. But what is the game plan from Jey Uso moving forward? Is he going to be
Intercontinental title?
Is it the Intercontinental? Is he going to team back up with Jimmy and go after the Bloodline with Roman? And
Jimmy is on SmackDown. Jimmy has been drafted to SmackDown as part of the Bloodline.
But I could see them doing a Bloodline versus Bloodline War Games matchup and doing the crossover with the two brands. Like, that could be the surprise. Like, they pull him back to join Roman.
That will be Survivor Series. Yeah, that will be
Survivor Series. Yeah, sorry. But because, I mean, and that's a while away to build, right? I mean, because then you're looking at having two I mean, why not? If you can have two full Bloodline teams on either side of that War Games match, go for it.
Yeah, you add Jacob Fatu in there on one side. You add Roman plus The Rock on the other side.
I've been watching more weekly WWE programming just to the hopes of seeing Jacob Fatu more than anything. It's unbelievable.
He's going to do brass knucks with the Super Bowl rings.
Oh, and he takes the...
Is that gonna
Michael Cole?
Oh,
what a line! What a line, Michael Cole!
Klingon like head. And those are real. Those can't be gimmicked in any way. Poor JD McDonough.
Oh my god!
Calm down.
Jey Uso has help.
Oh, we haven't got that part yet. I just got Jey Uso having fun with the other guys that they were mocking the fact that JD McDonough got beat down. Oh, he's back. He got his fresh haircut today. Big son of a bitch.
Just old Balor.
Finn's like, dude, I re-signed for this bullshit, really?
Oh.
Mahomes is standing up like, dude, where's my Super Bowl rings?
Right, so now the question is,
Uh-oh.
he's back.
Uh-oh.
Is how are they going to, I'm presuming, he's going to be part of the Wyatt Six. Or however they're going to portray that.
Yeah.
And Eric Rowan's going to be in that, as it's been speculated that the indie scene that he was going for, he's now not turning up for dates or cancelling appearances of what he's doing.
Yeah, Eric Redbeard has officially said that he's not taking any new bookings.
Yeah. And then you've got Alexa Bliss, who 100% when she comes back and is ready to go, will be a part of that. How the
you would imagine. I with Alexa Bliss, I go with would imagine. I don't guarantee she'd have to be. I think you can do a Wyatt Six without her. I don't think you should, but I think you can.
But I think it's one of those where I think she would want to.
No, I agree.
So
I wonder if they want her to. That is the bigger question.
But the same question is, if they're going to get Braun Strowman into that, how are they going to do it? That's the question I want to do. Are they going to lure him to a layer and mind control him? I don't know. But to get Braun Strowman in that could be interesting. But why is Chad Gable doing this? And how long do you think it's going to take till the Creeds are by his side? I don't think it'll be long.
So just as an update, apparently the teaser that we got with the Uncle Howdy stuff earlier in the night leads to an image of a street looking out from the front of a vehicle, and there's a sign in the background. And somebody believes that somebody believes that the link takes you to a YouTube video from 10 years ago. And all it is a rabbit running in the middle of the road in circles in front of this car for about 30 seconds.
There we go, then. They're bringing the rabbit back.
Liv Morgan and
opinions, guys. While I prefer the new titles overall that they've come up with for the tag division, I think the Raw ones are not nearly as nostalgic and awesome as the SmackDown ones.
Oh, agreed, wholeheartedly. I love the Raw titles. I think they're great. I think they're top notch, but they are not. They don't hit that nostalgia bone like the SmackDown ones do.
Yeah.
What's that Canadian prick doing?
I don't know. I'm still on the Alpha Academy.
Mark, I'm still in the room, dude.
I do apologize, but you're right, Canadian. That one on the other.
Oh,
is not.
That's Sammy. How dare you, Sammy? Chad Gable was right, man. Going ahead and suplexing that man in front of his wife.
Exactly. Should have done a lot more. Should have.
And they're all on Raw, so right in front of his wife.
Just want to let people know, too, if you happen to be watching us on the replay here on YouTube, we want you to go ahead and give us a comment in the comment section below. We check those comments, and we will get back to you on them. But if you're here with us live, thanks for joining live. Remember, like, follow, subscribes are always supported and loved. We appreciate the support from all of our viewing audience.
We're going to go ahead and give Mark a chance. So we're going to give Mark the big screen. Mark, I want you to go ahead and talk about what you've got going on while we're in a commercial break. What things you've been coming up with and what you've got coming up in the future.
Okay, so if you're here for the wrestling, as you guys are, I have a Mark Talks Wrestling channel where currently I have just finished doing the Unleashed and Undisputed of WWE 2K24 My Rise. We're currently going through as much trouble as I'm having. Starting tomorrow, it will be the showcase. And in around about 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time now, we are returning to My Universe mode, where we will be having Bobby Munson coming back as the MLW General Manager, and Lauren Goodnight will be returning as the AEW General Manager. We've got some great stuff has happened off screen that we will have to do a news round to update you guys of what's been going on. But I tell you what, it is going to be carnage coming when the universe mode comes back. But I also do have a gaming channel and a football channel. It all starts with Mark Talks Football, Mark Talks Gaming. So if you're interested in those type of things as well, then please go over there, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'm on all the socials. I'm fucking everywhere. So just go and give me a follow. It'd be lovely. Thank you.
He really is everywhere. We try to get rid of him, but he's
I'm like a boomerang. You try and get rid of me, but I come right fucking back.
And here is the links for the wrestling stuff right here.
Yeah.
And Bobby, why don't you go ahead while we got some more time, as I'm still on a commercial break. Bobby Munson, what do you got going on?
Oh, not much. No, I got a couple things going on. So again, this Thursday night, I'll be back with Papa Smokes doing Ring Respect Radio. What is our theme this week? I have no idea. I'll talk to Papa Smokes in the next day or two. We'll figure it out. Then, of course, Friday, maybe the TNA Under Siege post show. We'll see. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. And then, of course, Backlash is this Saturday. So I'm going to be joining the Backlash post show this Saturday. And then again, Sunday is going to be Point of View, where I'm possibly doing gaming again. Again, that's usually a last-minute decision, but chances are some gaming. Had some fun with that this weekend. I was on there quite a while and had a lot of fun with all you guys. Aside from that, just generally getting things done on the back end of things, making the shorts, making the clips, doing a little bit of the YouTube and thingies that we got going on. I made a new intro for this Thursday's Honor Ramble. I've updated the Ramble intro for this Thursday night, so stay tuned to that. Kyle got us a new headshot, so he's got a perfect new picture that goes along with the Honor Ramble now too. So they're getting a facelift after such a short period of time on the channel.
Do we have a co-host this week for Honor Ramble? I believe it's Kimmy Skoll, right?
I can't remember. I'll have to figure that out. I know Kyle's time is coming back soon. Like Kyle is on his way back to the Honor Ramble soon, but I believe that there is another guest host for this weekend.
Now, I've just found out in the last in the last month or so, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it on air, but I think I'm going to go potentially the 11th. There is a wrestling promotion here in Boston that is run alongside Chaotic Wrestling, where they are trapped in the 1990s. And they're going back to a new generation style of family-friendly wrestling. They ask the crowd to participate by being less, profanity. The crowd is limited to it's a more friendly family environment. They do these shows in the middle of the afternoon at 4:00 so that you can bring kids. They're only on the weekends as opposed to on a Friday or a Saturday night. What would you guys think of something like that in your area?
I think it works perfectly if you know your audience and know it works. I can tell you right now, in Saskatoon, it might work. And again, a company like Best Entertainment Week Wrestling that comes through here quite a bit and works some of these shows tends to do stuff like that, which, it's a little bit more family friendly so people can bring the kids. It's kind of nice in that sense. I can tell you hands down that if we asked fans to do that at PPW, not only would they tell us to go fuck ourselves, they would probably also throw 2 or 3 beers at us in the process. So unfortunately, we don't have the proper audience ourselves, but obviously our friends over at BEW do have the audience for family friendly. Kudos to it. I think it's great because, again, not everybody wants, even though we have kids at our PPW shows, because some parents, they don't have a problem with it. There's a lot that keep their kids away because they don't like the extra level of violence or the fact that some of the boys curse at our shows. And the boys and gals, don't get me wrong, Zoe's got quite the mouth on her lately too. So
Drew McIntyre just vented his frustrations to Booker T about not being drafted ahead of CM Punk. Big Bronson Reed is coming out, and Astrid jumps in, having apparently missed them, saying, "Ooh, they kept Tiffany with Nia." They did indeed. They kept Tiffany on SmackDown, away from Mr. Tiffany Stratton.
I am interested. Like, if you look at the new contract signings, how they're being presented differently. Like, Finn Balor announcing it live in an arena and then on X that he signed a new deal. And then you've got The Rock, who is now announcing Drew McIntyre's new signing by awarding him with an actual sword he said he would buy for him. And then, oh, for fuck's sake.
An Irish, a Scottish Claymore.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've got a fucking twat on my screen called Sami Zayn.
Mark's favorite Intercontinental champion.
Oh, shush.
Hey, let's go!
But I'm interested to see what they do with the others now. If this is going to be a new reoccurring thing in the wrestling industry where they announce it. Because I don't ever remember, like, it was always, they were just still there. Like with wrestlers, if they signed or not, they didn't really talk about re-signing or anything. So is this like a new thing, or is this just me being blinded to anything? And Astrid, stop clipping stuff and put it in the chat to go about Sami Zayn. For fuck's sake!
There we go.
And Astrid also giving us a nice
for the clips.
And Astrid also going ahead and teasing us a little bit here with saying that she missed those draft picks because she was recording a video. What video? You'll have to keep your eyes on Astrid's stuff to know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, I reckon I know what it is. I reckon she's recorded an interview with the greatest Puerto Rican wrestler that's ever existed in the Puerto Rican wrestling world, and that's Logan Paul.
Just like that. Like, gone.
Fuck my life. I hate you all. Also, is it really bad that I'm desperate for a piss, but this match has just started?
Just go. Oh, it's not an interview.
Oh.
Interesting. So I'm wrong as well.
How wrong we were.
Give us a hint
Astrid.
and see if we can
Astrid,
get it.
another opportunity for Astrid, but not me. What's going on with this?
Oh, she's done.
I must not be
something
checking my DMs. I must not be checking my. Hold on, let me see. I might have gotten in. No, nothing in my DMs. She says she did her interview yesterday.
Ooh, with Logan Paul, greatest Puerto Rican.
You're gonna get us canceled here, Mark.
I know. There's only one person I want cancelled, and that's Astrid. Or actually, no, it's Ed. He nearly broke my microphone the last time he got rid of me. Oh, fuck off, cough. I've had enough of this shit.
See, told you, Mark's been canceled. See, we won't even get to see the debut of Mark Talks Tortured Poets. Canceled before it even happens.
Don't make me do any more bloody channels. I've got 3 of them. Don't make me do any more, please.
I also do want to mention, as I've been seeing it floating around on Twitter, in continuation with the Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan stuff, Liv and Dominic were seen coming out of the same locker room in the back of the Jimmy Uso interview.
So are we saying that Dominic Mysterio is going to use Liv Morgan to then cost Rhea Ripley, or are we saying that Dominic Mysterio is going to cost Rhea Ripley because of Liv Morgan, or what the fuck is going on between them two?
No,
I think Dominic Mysterio just wants another mommy.
No, he's going to help his new mammy win the title. She's going to hold it for a short period of time until better mammy comes back, and then he's going to go back to his original mammy and help her.
Good boy.
It reminds me how AEW does the All Elite graphic mark with them announcing the signings. I hope that makes sense. It does. It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Again, remember, we're all kind of in this new world here with Triple H.
Yeah. Just trying to work out what. But I don't want that All Elite graphic bollocks with Tony Khan in his shitty neck brace. Looking that. Can we talk about that Young Bucks finisher, by the way, where they do a 450 into a tombstone, but the guy that does the 450 doesn't fucking touch the other person, and it just slams him on the head. And also, how does someone get knocked out by getting punched in the stomach? Can someone explain to me?
I'm going to choose not to talk about AEW tonight. I do that often enough on my Tuesday night show.
Right. You don't have to, but I will. Right. How does a guy who had everything in his hand, right, had everything, he then decided to release a video of CM Punk, which backfired on him massively. He then takes a punch to the stomach and gets knocked out, and it's called the Meltzer Driver. But the guy who does the 450 does fucking nothing. He just goes, and then the guy goes, and Tony comes out, and he wears a neck brace and then calls WWE fucking Harvey Weinstein. What? All right.
We're gonna, like the NFL Network, we're going to cut you off there.
Yeah.
We're not going to discuss that portion of it. That was stupid. That was dumb, and we're going to leave that alone.
Yes, that's why I said bell end.
I like how I gave him the full screen for that.
Yeah, just to take it away.
Right. Bobby, you're a former wrestler, right? And you've done
not
stuff.
really, but
have you ever been punched in the stomach and been knocked out? Can you agree with me on this?
See, any of the guys any of the guys that would have hit me in any of the little bits of wrestling training that I've done back then, if I would have fallen down to a punch like that, I probably would have got punched for real afterwards, and then I would have fallen for real afterwards. I mean, I agree with you. Again, if you're gonna take the bump, take the bump. It does annoy me. It annoys me when I see people get on television and take a bump that I think that I know I can take better than that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It annoys me when I see people who aren't properly ready to go in there and make that sell and do that thing, do that. And that's not just a stab at Tony Khan. It should have never been on TV. Plain and simple. That's the way it goes.
But
if you can't take a proper bump, don't do it. A punch to the stomach, don't do it. Punch him in the gut. He leans over, take him, pile drive him, whatever you want. Fine. But a punch to the gut, and then he just kind of flopped, and he lands sideways onto his shoulder kind of too. And I'm just like, again, you're not taking the bump properly. You're not being safe. You're just leaning into the whole we're the safest company thing, and you're not, because you're not even taking a safe bump yourself kind of thing. So it kind of frustrates me as someone who has, and again, I don't want to say I'm a former wrestler. I've been back there. I've done some training with the boys. I haven't ever actually put a match together, and I won't ever put a match together. But I know enough to know that was not done as good as it could have been.
See, we're here now back with WWE, but there's one thing I want to say. People will have a moan at me for what I've said, and you can moan at me as much as you want. I am not someone that wants AEW to die, right? No. I don't want AEW to not exist. I want AEW to push WWE further and further. But they're doing so much dumb shit that it needs to be called out on. When WWE did dumb shit, people were easy to call out WWE for the dumb stuff they did. And in the space of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you have a star, right? As much as I don't like him or I don't care about them, Jack Perry has got everything in his hand. And not only has Tony Khan ruined the momentum for what he said on NFL Network, not only has that happened, but the way he took the bump and the way that everything has transpired of what he's tried to do, Jack Perry's return could have been and should have been the most important return for AEW in 2024, right? Should have been and could have done better, but they fucked it. And that's the issue that I have. You have everything. You say you want to be the company that's different. You want to be a different variant to WWE. Go for it. Do it. But every time something happens, Tony Khan ruins it. He's ruined it in England for Fulham. Fulham fans completely despise him for his treatment of what he does for the players and the amount of money he tries to cost for fans, of diehard loyal fans for that football club, to spend that amount of money on them. And he's just, every time that man touches something, he ruins it. And I just, yes, go on, Gable. And that's what I struggle with so far. But my rant of AEW is now over, because I can see in the ring something that should be happening, and it's doing excellently. So, I do apologise, Ed. Normally you're the one with the rant, but today I had to do it because I don't normally talk. I don't normally do review shows or anything anymore, and this was the prime opportunity for me to moan.
It's all good.
And I'll agree with the point you brought up there, Mark, and I wholeheartedly agree that, like myself and a lot of people have been very critical of when WWE was at bad times, doing really bad stuff. And I'm that way with any company. Nobody's exempt. I'm a diehard MLW fan, and I will stick with them. But the last while, there has not been a company doing worse than MLW, and that includes AEW. AEW has been slightly better than MLW as of lately. And I hold up hope. I always hold up hope because I want wrestling to be good. And I love watching it and consuming it.
Wow.
Better yet, I like when I see Chad Gable serious.
Yeah.
I like this Chad Gable a lot.
Did you hear Kurt Angle wants to go ahead and get in there with Chad now? He wants to be his manager. And I'm like, fuck you, Kurt. You should have done that years ago.
Yeah.
He don't need you now.
I'm interested to see how they do the whole Alpha Academy leaves, the Creed brothers come in. But the one worry I have with the Alpha Academy leave is Maxine Dupree. I worry for her.
I think she'll be fine.
Like, I want her to do really well, but yeah.
There are plenty of women in that locker room who have her back. She'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. That was
Are they definitely splitting? Like, has this been confirmed? Did I miss that portion? Or
he ran right before the draft, he had a segment where he tore them all apart.
Yeah, I know that much.
In the ring.
But who's to say they don't decide to take his side still and we see just a more serious version of the Alpha Academy?
We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Creeds, because the Creeds still haven't been drafted yet. So if they go to SmackDown, it's all over.
Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah. No, the lights are flashing. What's going on here? Oh, they're doing a promo. Kiana Jane is James. I'd say her name properly. It'd be fucking helpful.
Kiana James from accounting. Yep.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how she's going to be presented on Raw. I'm very interested. She's the one I'm most intrigued with so far out of all the draft picks, to see how Triple H wants to present her on Raw.
I don't think you do anything different. I think you do the exact same thing you've been doing.
But you've got, but at the same time, yeah. I don't know, there's just something missing from her that I want to see. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, Bobby's gone. I'm now Raw.
It's all right.
I'm with the ring now.
Sorry, we can. Oh. It's all right. We'll let you be Raw for a couple minutes. We'll let you be important for a couple minutes.
I'll be important. I'm always important, Ed. You know
that. That's debatable.
So, all right then. So while Bobby's probably gone for a wee, question I have for you: who do you see getting picked to NXT? What superstars do you see going to the NXT brand?
I don't know, because they selected everybody from the first pool on Friday. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if there's going to be. I think what's going to happen is they've got a basic idea of who they want where, and those people that they don't have anything for right away might start to filter down to NXT over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see them over the summer, and then they'll pop up back up to the main roster as soon as there are plans for them there.
Yeah. Do you think Karrion Kross and AOP are coming? They look like they're definitely coming to NXT.
You would think so. They've been building feuds for them, so I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. There are 6 rounds and there's a lot bigger pool tonight. So if people don't get picked in the supplemental draft, maybe there's some free agents, and those are the ones that NXT can pick from. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the people who can get to go down to NXT. But like I said, there were none Friday night, which surprised me.
So are you anticipating a lot of people showing up on NXT tomorrow, or are they continuing draft stuff tomorrow at all?
No, this is the end of the draft. Barry Monkey Banks says, do you think Fallon will get called up? If Kiana got called up, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible that she gets supplemental drafted. And Barry Monkey says, Mark, please, you're talking to Americans. You have to pretend like he's gone for a bath, not a wee or a dump. Technically, he's Canadian. That guy's Canadian, so we're clear.
And I could confirm it was neither nor or, so just so you know.
He had to go get his Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
What are you talking about? In Matusk. That's all the Canadian I know, to be fair.
I don't think any of that was Canadian, to be honest with you.
No, and I also think most of that come from How I Met Your Mother, and that was about it.
No, there's been a lot of shows and stuff that have done that. Actually, to be honest with you, it got brought up on my show on Sunday, and I said that a lot of the jokes that initially came from, if you listen to people from Newfoundland here in Canada, they have a very thick, different accent than the rest of the country does. So because of that, when they do say things like about, it sounds like a boot. It sounds like a boot, and they say, hey, buddy, a lot. So it's, what you talking about, eh? Hey, buddy? I mean, it happens quite a bit. It is a common thing here. I'm not shocked that the joke ever got made, and actually, Canadians embrace it. We think it's hilarious. Make fun of us. We make fun of our own country. So it's fantastic.
You gotta love it.
I mean, we thought it was hilarious seeing the South Park movie and singing along to Blame Canada in theaters. I mean, come on.
I mean, you should always blame Canada.
I'm going to burst. I'll be back.
Oh, we didn't even have to kick him out this time. He just willy-nilly left.
So tomorrow night we have Taking Over with me and Astrid, where we'll be talking all things NXT. It is Spring Break-In Night 2. We've got that mega main event probably going to be Natalya versus Lola Vice in a NXT Underground. Oh, that's going to be bad.
NXT. You sure you don't want another poolside matchup or whatever the hell that was?
No, I definitely don't want another poolside match. No, I definitely don't want another poolside.
Why do wrestling companies now have to go with a theme matchup for their shows?
I love the idea of a women's NXT Underground. I don't love that it has to involve Lola Vice. That's my problem. But we're getting back into some picks, so while Mark's in the bathroom, we're going to go ahead and get some picks without him, which will be interesting for me and Bobby.
He's visiting the loo while the APA are joining us on screen.
And of course, Farouk is going to say, damn.
Well, I mean, these draft picks might just be that good that they will be a damn situation.
Let's hope so. I mean, it's going to be hard to top Tiffany Stratton, the last draft pick.
Let me know when you've heard that line.
All right, the LWO.
Yeah. I just like how it's
I love that it's him saying it too.
And deadbeat dad. That was funny.
I love that it's him too, because remember, Ray retired JBL.
Yeah.
Wait, Carlito is still going over with him? That's so fucking weird.
I'm kind of shocked by that, but all right. I guess there was no official him leaving, essentially, so Raw's just like, well, at least he'll separate over on our show.
Oh, they're breaking him up. Legado del Fantasma. Nice. Very nice. Nice to see the breakup. One goes one way, one goes the other way. We get to tell new stories.
Sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, there's Drew.
Yeah. Took long enough.
Draw.
I can understand his frustration. I mean, come on, he's a quality pick, and it took this long to get him. He should have just thrown a tantrum, been like, screw it, I'm going to NXT then. Not putting up with this disrespect. Then I'm sure all the NXT fans would be upset because NXT would be dominated by Drew McIntyre.
Oh, Shinsuke going to SmackDown too.
Interesting.
Very nice.
Probably a wise move for Shinsuke. I think there's still life in Shinsuke there, but it needs to be away from what he's been doing a bit. I think SmackDown will freshen that up for him.
I think he might be. We were talking about people who would end up in NXT for a little bit beforehand. I think that's who we end up with. I think a Nakamura would be a perfect guy to before he ends up on SmackDown. Mark, you're back. You missed a round of draft picks.
No, I watched it. In the background. No, I saw it.
That's okay. We can always get him caught up with that ticker that I'm sure you're working on.
It's already up.
There we go.
As these, the bit that made me laugh was when JBL went Rey Mysterio, the deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio, and then started reeling him off, and he went Carlito, and my first thought was Carlito on Raw with LWO. Well, at least they carry on with the feud on Raw. Then they're not going to finish it on SmackDown. Then they're going to bring it over here. So. But it's good that they broke up Legado del Fantasma from them as well. I was getting sick and tired of that.
Yeah, I was glad to see them both go different ways.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Drew McIntyre finally gets picked. Shinsuke to SmackDown was interesting. I would have liked to see him go to NXT. Oh.
My feed just quit. I'm gonna.
You knew this was inevitable.
Yeah.
Barry's gonna be mourning Von Wagner being gone, even though he says it's not. It means it totally is.
Don't worry, Barry. He'll be featured in a high school gymnasium near you before you know it.
Oh, there's
that's gonna be a long walk. Here goes.
Oh,
it's WWE. You got to use that word, bitch.
No, Punk's not running from his spot.
No. Oh, here we go. Damn.
Okay.
Ooh.
See, this
I'm
is
loving
point,
heel
right?
Gable. I'm loving heel Gable.
I would love to see heel Otis. I want Otis to go full big man, but I just don't see it happening. I think he's just got too much of that following.
Chad's a great mouthpiece too. That I think it works if he has somebody big standing behind him, because then he can lip off bigger guys because he's got that big dude standing there watching
but
his
if
back.
you've got the Creed brothers with you as well, they're both big dudes.
That's
so you haven't got to really got to worry, have you? And I think that's that would be the perfect fit for the Creed brothers as well, if it does come to fruition, like everyone, like Tom Colohue reported that's something that WWE are looking to do, and that person that hides behind the keyboard, Sean Rossap, likes to mouth off all the time, has come out and said afterwards that the Creed brothers are something that that would be a really good I do think that they're, like, for me, if I look at factions, I always want a woman to be in it. I always want a woman to be in it, because then they will get more spotlight, more highlight, and they will be able to get matches as well at the same time. So if I look at that, Ivy Nile would be perfect for that role as well, because she's got what she gets given as well. And I think bringing her in there as well, I think that would be good if they can bring her along on the ride as well.
All right. Gentlemen, I'll be right back. I'm going to go refill my water. So I will be
Go
back in
for
just
it.
a moment.
You bet.
Me
Come on, Ed.
and Bobby can talk shit about Ed while he's gone.
That's right. But I think while we're doing that, while we're in a commercial, one more time, for those who haven't seen it just yet, we're going to run that weekly calendar for you one more time. Check out what we got going up on OLE this week.
Hurricane, a tidal wave, essence perfect, afflux, radiance, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, yeah, you're burying me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. Whoa. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. There you are in my hand.
Yeah. We got Astrid saying that I love this song. And yes, that song provided to us by our good friends over at OnLap. If you happen to be a streamer or a content creator and you want some kick-ass, royalty-free, copyright-free music, our friends over at OnLap provide that for wonderful human beings like ourselves to use in our content. So you do see a lot of OnLap music provided here on our channel. It is a good song. It's called Hypnotize. Check it out over on YouTube. OnLap Official is the name of the YouTube channel. Check them out and support them. Good friends of us over here.
I need some of that.
Go check them out, man. Them and check out, there's another artist named Nick Ira who does some really cool music in that kind of vein that did a song with them. And they both support the copyright-free, royalty-free music, so you won't get any strikes for using actual legitimate stuff. They create new music videos consistently every few months, so bringing that new music. They've also been signed to a label as well, too, so a lot of the momentum is picked up in their favor, and I think that was part of the deal that came along with it, is that they are going to continue to make their music royalty-free and copyright-free for people.
No, I need that. I need some of that from my channels that I'm looking to do.
Check them out. They've got a lot of great content over there. Even just again, if anybody wants to know how, just check out on YouTube and look for either, I think it's hashtag copyright free or hashtag royalty free. If you start looking for those hashtags through YouTube, you will find the whole community of musicians that support streamers using their content for their particular channels. And I remember first time I had ever heard OnLap, it was just such a perfect fit for the stream I was looking for that I was like, wow, okay. And we reached out to them just to make sure, like, you guys you're cool with this. And they're like, yeah. Just, mention that it's our song. That's all we're asking, kind of thing. And they were more than happy to let us use it. So ever since, again, multiple shows across the channel use OnLap's music for that purpose.
We currently got Sheamus interrupting Bron Breakker. Now that is a match I want to see. Now this is a pairing. You'll get there in a minute. You'll see it in a sec. Tell me when you see the two people in the ring, and then I'll talk about it.
All right. We're just going for there. Okay, now we're in Candice and Indy are in the ring.
Now, I like the persona Candice LeRae has now changed. Now she's gone for this. And I think what she's going to do is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing. I really like Candice LeRae. And I think what she can do and what she can bring will be something a lot different for Indy Hartwell. But this is perfect for Maxine Dupree to go up against what you could call an indie legend in Candice LeRae and what she did in the indie scene. To go in a ring with someone like her will definitely help Maxine go to the next level. What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, again, I hopefully, I guess, is the way to put this and everything. They're putting a lot of time and investment into Maxine in this, in everything that's going on. I think almost they're putting more into her being pushed and put over and stuff like that because of the negativity that came about recently through the IWC and everything. So they're like, oh yeah, well, if you're going to take that route, we're going to do something about this. We're going to get her better and better and better and put that investment into her. We're going to show you that we can do something with her. And going aggressive right off the hop of the match as well, too. No harm there. See, a lot of people in the IWC don't realize, too, and this is the biggest issue, and it's not the wrestler's fault, is that, when wrestling used to exist, you used to work independent wrestling. You had to work your way through. You were lucky to get a trial and go out there and be able to work for a big company like the WWE. You weren't televising those independent matchups was the case, right? So you didn't get to see everybody's bad habits before they made the main stage. There was no NXTs. There was no MLWs or ROHs or TNA wrestlings. There was WWF, New Japan, WCW back in the day, and then you had the indies. And whoever saw them live was who knew about them and knew what was going on. And you didn't see those imperfections because they were ironed out before they typically put most wrestlers on the TV screen.
And I think that's one of the things what they've done as well with certain superstars is they've rushed them to the main roster with certain instances with certain instances. And I think Maxine is the epitome of you want someone to work really quickly to get to the main roster. Let's throw her in the match. And I think what they should have done is really let her have a run in NXT. Really let her push herself there to get further. Go to the Performance Center a lot more, and then go on from there. And I think that she's from what she did now in this match, compared to what she did a few months ago, heck of a lot better than what she was doing. So you can see what the investment they're trying on, and she's a quick learner as well. So let's just hope that we'll carry on from here. But I think we're now about to get the next batch of draft picks. Ed, have you filled up your water? Are you all ready to go?
I did. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
That was a good match, though. I like Maxine's work there.
Yeah, I did.
Again,
as well.
it's not always the best, but you know what? I like the work she's doing. You can tell she's putting in the work week in and week out.
Yeah.
You can tell she's getting better week in and week out.
Always improving.
There we go.
How many times is Rey Mysterio going to get stabbed in the back?
It's him. He's the problem. To quote our favorite Taylor Swift, Ray should start looking at it and going, "It's me. I'm the problem.
It's me." Finish off the song lyric for you there, Ed. Oh, hail. Oh, yes.
I mean, think about it. Batista turned on him. His son turned on him. Eddie Guerrero turned on him. Now Carlito turned on him. Bobby, you're muted, I think.
I was going to say correction there. It was Eddie Guerrero's son that turned on him. But,
Eddie and his son.
Oh, we've just got the NXT package of Trick Williams beating Ilya Dragunov.
We haven't got there yet. Dominic just walked in the screen. Jenny Sanchez. Sounds like he misses his mommy.
See, NXT underground match or like any type of underground matches they try to portray it, would work if they would have done it more like Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. And after watching Bloodsport, I'm like, that's the way it needs to be because that looked legit most of the time.
NXT Underground essentially is as close to Bloodsport as you're going to get, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's relatively close.
So, no ropes?
No ropes.
Mm-hmm. No ropes?
Lights are all down.
You can't chase your opponent outside the ring, can't use foreign objects, stuff like that.
You can go outside the ring, but remember, the ring is surrounded by people.
Okay.
They have like a crowd of people. They have a crowd of PC trainees around the ring. Okay. So it incentivizes to keep in the ring, but they don't have that exact rule that Bloodsport has that they have to stay in the ring.
And KO and submission for finishes?
KO submission only, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, okay. Yeah, it's...
and pinfall. They do unfortunately have a pinfall rule.
See, that takes away from it. Unless you were just doing like a pinfall like in a legit wrestling match where it's the shoulders are down, one, that's the call.
Yeah, no, it's the regular wrestling one.
All right. I'll give it a slide because Natty's in it, and all hail Queen Natty.
I just hated the fact that out of nowhere, for no reason other than she's MMA too, they have Shayna Baszler in Lola Vice's corner.
Yeah.
And they were like, whoa, she's worked with Natty before. I'm like, yeah, so why would she turn on Natty and do this? And by the way, why would you give me Shayna Baszler? Because now I'm much more interested in watching Shayna Baszler versus Natalya in Bloodsport than I am Lola Vice in this match.
Shayna Baszler was fantastic in Bloodsport.
She was, as was Charlie Dempsey.
Yep. Both fantastic. I remember
Masha showed me a lot. Masha showed me a lot in that.
Phenomenal. I mean, that's a star on the rise, hands down. Even like she was one of the only ones that got a promo on that entire card, and it was a great promo. I mean, every word of it, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one that I still think is a missed opportunity by a lot of these companies, that they don't give her what she wants to be able to get her to sign with somebody other than Impact. Like, I know she's in Impact, but
yeah,
Mark's been quiet for a while.
No, I'm just thinking about the Ilya Dragunov match. That was it. I was just sat here thinking about it. But that was just
the room shaking, the camera. Like, there may only be 200 to 500 people in that room, but they make some noise when they want to, and that camera was shaking.
Yeah, it was also a stupid decision.
What, to have Trick beat Ilya?
Yeah, it was the wrong decision.
It wasn't.
Ilya's moving up. They had him go over on Raw recently. There's bigger things in store for Ilya. He did the job on the way out.
And he continued to make a star. Ilya did the most pro wrestling thing you can do. You make a star on your way out of the territory.
Yeah, no. So for me, I don't think... How does a guy lose to Dragunov convincingly, then gets turned on his best friend, has 2 okay matches, and then wins the title? It's like, no. Ilya Dragunov, I think, should have left that championship like what Asuka did, where he doesn't get beaten. I don't think Ilya Dragunov should have been beaten at all.
No, I think the other thing about what happened with Ilya and Trick is that they used... Trick and Ilya had 4 matches together. People forget that there are 4 matches in this series. The one where he got defeated right off the bat was one of the matches that was very early in Trick's career. But the match at Vengeance Day, the one where he wrestled for the championship on the same night that he tagged with Carmelo, that one was a very close match where they both went for it mirrored the finish of this match, where Ilya just beat him to the punch on the Torpedo Moscow.
I think with Dragunov, I get it. But with Trick, I love Trick Williams, and I think he's got the potential to do it. The one thing that I would like to see, and this is when I become a bit nitpicky, and I don't mean this to come across as me trying to be harsh on these superstars, but with Trick Williams, what I want to see is two things. I want to see him get his net breaker a lot better because he stands there, waits for them to stop, and then hits it. That sort of annoys me. And then the second one, I want to see more like that Venom he hit to win the title. I want to see it more every single time. Because before it was a slight little brush or he did a little thing and it worked, but with Trick Williams he's got it, and he's got the crowd. And now I'm interested to see, instead of being the one that's chasing the title, how he's going to be the one when people are chasing him. That's what I want to see.
The other thing we have to remember is, and I think we all kind of get lost in the sauce on this sometimes. Remember that NXT is developmental.
Yeah, absolutely.
At its forefront, NXT is developmental. So all of these things that we're nitpicking on Trick Williams, which is fine, they're all absolutely correct critiques, is that he's 2 years into the business and he's this far along and he's got the people in the palm of his hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
He can improve in the ring as long as he's willing to do the hard work. And everything we've seen from Trick Williams is hard work is not something that's going to scare this man.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of time before he all puts it together, which is why he should stay in NXT for another year. And then next year, I think he'll be ready.
Let him hold that title for a long time. Let him.
Yeah.
Let him run with it.
He needs to.
Solidify himself as a top guy.
I just think he's too big for NXT now. And once he gets the hang of what he needs to do in the ring, he needs to go to a bigger stage, because I think if he stays in a small stage too long, it's going to stifle his creativity. It's going to stifle his career, and that could be damaging to him more than anything else.
Yeah. But the question is now, and this is a question that I think will be coming of what's going to happen in the future, is who is going to be that next star? Like when I said over a year ago that Carmelo Hayes is going to turn on Trick Williams, and then it happened a year later. But now, who is going to be the one that can dethrone Dragunov? Is it someone that's available now, or is it someone that we haven't seen next? Who's going to
I think
dethrone Trick? That's the one that I want. Who's the next star going to be?
If WWE has their way and he continues the place the rate he's at now, as early as he is in his career, Javon Evans is WWE's choice, if nothing else.
Yeah.
That kid is ultra talented. He needs work on his promos, but he's got the fan base and the locker room behind him. We saw that with the idiotic comments that streamer made, and how quickly the entire NXT locker room and fan base came to his defense.
Dare I say that Obafemi might be in that question eventually?
Obafemi is absolutely another guy to be in that conversation. Again, young guy. Obafemi, I'll say it every time. He's exactly what WWE wanted Omos to be. He's a big black brick wall. Like, that's what he is. There is no getting around that fact, which is exactly what they wanted Omos to be.
Can we just point out that CM Punk's not wearing his arm brace anymore?
Nope.
That's interesting. Because you don't normally take that off unless you've got quite a bit of movement on it.
Yep. I know your dreams.
Well, I think we're now about to get the next picks. So now I'm going to mute myself. And so I don't give away
Mark.
anything.
I gotta say, I do like the transitioning that the segue they've been doing on Raw and SmackDown and stuff lately too. Like some of the changes of the cameras following certain ways and going right into segments instead of like, oh, we have to cut backstage to a bullshit thing just to transition between that and someone coming on stage. I like this.
Oh, something good. Mark's hiding his entire face.
Yeah, I like this. Like Punk comes out, does a promo as he's leaving. He goes back down there. He's hugging Teddy Long. Like, I mean, it's a nice touch to this whole thing. Oh, that needs discussion right there.
I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
All right, Judgment Day.
Yeah, but they didn't mention Rhea's name, injured or not.
She was not eligible. She was not eligible with them.
Okay. Huh. You're at that second pick now, or SmackDown's first pick.
They got the big three.
Yep.
They didn't take them together, but they have the big three together.
There we go. I'll wait a minute for this to sink in for Ed.
Uh-oh. Ilya.
Yeah, and I like they're keeping them on the same brand as Imperium too. So really, I can tell Mark's salivating because we all know that the opportunity for Ilya versus Gunther is there on the table. Oh, that's awesome. I like Ilya a whole bunch.
Ilya Dragunov's gonna be an Imperium.
Be zig bar.
This didn't get announced properly. They did this in Injustice.
They did.
This next one.
I need Ed to do this properly.
How's this go? Did you want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chelsea Green.
Need a little bit higher pitch there, Bobby.
Come on, cut me a break.
You know, Mark, some of us men can't get that high. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I need to cough and I can do it. Hold on. Chelsea Green. Oh my God, that turned really weird really quickly during the whole of that.
that got rather creepy there, Mark.
Yeah. Oh God, I need to stop.
No, Samantha announcing Chelsea. Watch me.
Watch me.
I believe that the Chelsea Green request has been made for clips now in the Discord.
Oh, for God's sake! How many clips?
We've been put on blast, Mark.
Yeah. How many clips of me making my ass of myself during this draft show is there going to be that I'm going to be tagged in? That's
so
how many I want to know.
So far,
I should see if StreamYard's AI generated ones will come up with these moments on its own, or if I'm going to have to make some additionals. By the way, StreamYard AI, I hail you.
By the way, I do want to say on Twitter, Dirty Sanchez is indeed trending.
Okay, funny story. Back a long time ago, I used to book some shows here locally, music shows and everything. And there was this group that ended up getting their gig canceled at the bar that was next to the one that I had one set up. And it just so happened that one of the bands I had booked had to back out at the last second because their singer got sick. So this band pleaded with me to take their spot. I had never heard them before in my life. I said, so what's your band name? And they're like, the Dirty Sanchez Orchestra. And I'm like, okay, sold. I'm like, take the opening spot of the night.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the internet is in hysterics. But I do love the first comment that I saw when I searched this is Not somebody I'm a huge fan of on Twitter, but it did come up. Just search what Dirty Sanchez means. Ray is a horrible father. If you don't know, you're not going to hear it here. I'm sure there is a patrol of some kind that'll be more than happy to educate you on what that type of thing might be. We, however, will not be doing it.
Just ain't here.
Asher Bizarro says, haha, your fault for joining, Mark.
Very true. But I feel targeted at this point now, Astrid. I feel like you're targeting me. You did it when at the WrestleMania. Now you're doing it now. I feel targeted. Also, question for both of you. Who won that round? Raw or SmackDown?
That time around?
Yeah.
Raw got the Judgment Day, so I'm going to have to say Raw.
SmackDown. I mean, it's hard to argue with Ilya. Like, Judgment Day is what it is.
Yeah, of course. But
I honestly, I would have preferred to see. I said it earlier in Tom Colley's chat that you don't necessarily need to make big moves in order to create big new matchups with certain people. I think that was a great time to move Finn, Dominic, and JD to SmackDown to give interesting and new things for them to do. Ilya to Raw, it's obvious. It's a great choice. There's nothing to argue it. But to bolster that women's division on SmackDown now with Naomi and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, on top of Bianca Belair, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, like there is so much good stuff going on the SmackDown side in that women's division. Like I understand, yeah, Raw's making out, big. Remember, also Elektra Lopez is there too. Like let's not forget that with taking Legado del Fantasma, that SmackDown also got Elektra Lopez, who is an overlooked female talent. She is fantastic. I think very highly of Elektra Lopez, and I think the decision originally to not pair her with LWO straight out of the gate when Legado came up, that was a bonehead decision to pair them with Zelina Vega. There is such a chemistry between Santos and Elektra. There is this absolute incredible chemistry between the two. In not in any weird way. Like there's this inherent trust between the two of them. When they're on screen together, they have this like Ray and Rhea, Dominic and Rhea. There's this magical chemistry that these two people have when they're on screen together. And Elektra and Santos have that. Zion Quinn felt like he was going to be the biggest deal in the world when he was feuding with Santos Escobar over the services of Elektra Lopez in NXT. And now that man's gone because they couldn't figure out anything else to do with him. But he gained so much in that feud and then lost it all.
Yeah.
I think
I'm interested. I'm also interested to see if they call up Roxanne Perez.
At this point, I doubt it. I keep thinking that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and then, I mean, we're here.
Still got a few more rounds left, haven't you?
Agreed. We have 2 more rounds left.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't know what you do with her. Like, I honestly, I don't know what you do with Roxanne. Because the only thing you keep Roxanne in NXT for is Julia.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you keep her in NXT for is Julia. But then what? Are you going to call her up after SummerSlam then? And by the way, I looked to going to Canada. Fuck Canada. Like, I looked for tickets for Heatwave. Because again, I've been waffling on this decision of whether or not to try to go to Heatwave as media. And try to see if I can get WWE with our local establishment to allow me access to, not so much to Money in the Bank, because I know Money in the Bank would be a long shot, but even just to get media specifically for Heatwave. And I looked for tickets that I could fit in, and, that would be, something I can do. It's $220 because of y'all's fucking money issues.
Yep.
Like $220 just to go see a wrestling show. Like,
Hey, here's the deal. It probably would have cost me the same or less to go to Backlash in France this Saturday than it would to go to Money in the Bank in my own fucking country. That's how much Canada sucks lately.
blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
Well,
Nah.
it's costing
Punk ass
£400.
Justin Trudeau.
Oh, there's Tiffy. It's Tiffy time. Hold on. She's on screen, so we play the graphic.
All I have to say now is it's Tiffy time. All I
You play the graphic. She was on my TV screen.
How far behind are you?
Well, I just got the commercial started after seeing Tiffany.
Oh, I've gone through the commercial break.
Let me see if.
So they keep playing commercials for.
Oh, I'm back. I reloaded it. And now I'm back from the commercial break.
They do keep playing commercial promos for Ryan Gosling's Fall Guy. I will say that
as they should. I can't wait for it.
I was treated to a sneak showing of Fall Guy. I have seen Fall Guy. I will be recording a review this evening. I had a fun time.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it as great as it looks? Because it looks fantastic.
I've read some people who disliked it because it wasn't quite as, it didn't honor the original content from the old TV show that people had forgotten existed and all this. I'm like, I don't care. I didn't watch Fall Guy, the TV show, so I have no preconceived knowledge. I think Ryan Gosling's awesome. I think Emily Blunt does awesome. I had a lot of fun with it, and I will be doing a more in-depth review coming up here for us. Probably record that shortly after go off the air here tonight. But yeah, I recommend it. I say go see it. It is a fun popcorn blockbuster flick with comedy, romance, action, everything you want from a overstuffed, overblown summer film.
The one me and Ashton are talking. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, sorry. You were talking about pricing for Money in the Bank, and you said it was it $200 and something for the
Heatwave. We're not even talking Money in the Bank. We're talking Heatwave.
So in the UK, we've got Clash at the Castle for Friday night SmackDown tickets and for Clash at the Castle. This is how bad the pound is, or how bad the Scottish government is. I don't know which one it is. It's costing. It will cost you £500, and that's not even near the floor. That's near the top.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My seats were on the floor.
Yeah, so I paid when I went to Clash of the Castle 2 years ago, and I went to Cardiff. I paid £120. I was a bit far back, but I was where the entrance was. As they come out, I was right around there, and that cost me £120. That was just that event to do, but for it to cost now £500, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's not even so much the tickets to the actual shows as it is the flights. Now, a flight from where I am in Canada to go to Ontario to see these shows would be the equivalent cost for me to fly overseas to another country right now. That's how terrible our dollar is at the moment, and how much our country is bankrupt. Like, let's not kid ourselves. We have spent more money than we will ever make as a country, ever.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like us, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Like in the UK, there, it's like you get a mortgage and you hand it down through 6 generations. We're going to be doing that here in Canada moving forward, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's cheaper for me to fly all around. Probably I could go to a one-way ticket to Spain, to France, to Italy, to anywhere around there, and it'd be cheaper than to get a train ticket from where I live now to Manchester,
which is ridiculous. Like, and totally ridiculous.
What is about 3 hours away from me?
Yeah,
and to get a train ticket from here to Manchester costs around about £200-300. It's fucking ridiculous. It's meant to be the easiest.
Yeah, Naomi, what are you doing? Bad Naomi.
It's ridiculous.
Why are you assaulting poor Tiffany Stratton? She didn't do nothing to you this week. Tonight.
Okay, this can't be the finish. Okay.
I have a feeling we're getting restarted as a tag match.
No.
Or not. Naomi almost landed right on top of Tiffany. That was bad.
Yeah, wait a second.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Oblivion did not look good.
No.
That's just the size thing. That's just the problem with the move Oblivion, that it's hard to do on somebody the size of Nia. That's not a Liv Morgan thing. I'll defend Liv on that. While that did not look great, that's not a botch on Liv's part as so much as it is. It's just really hard to do that move to Nia and make it look good.
Well, it's really hard for Nia to take that move and not end up destroying Liv in the process, making it look like Liv made a mistake making the move in the first place. What it comes down to is what they need to teach is don't do that move to someone who essentially would destroy you in the process of that move.
Oblivion needs to be done by Liv if it's going to be on somebody of Nia's size. Needs to be done from the top rope.
Yeah, something along those lines, where the momentum seems to make more sense.
Yeah. Liv's too small and not strong enough to be able to effectively... Oh, hold on. Adam Pearce. We just got done talking to Booker, but we don't want to hear from Booker anymore. We want to talk to Adam.
Yeah, thank God. When are NXT going to get new commentator? No, Vic Joseph can stay. I like Vic Joseph. Can we have anyone but Booker T, please? Please. I beg you.
Oh.
I can't believe he was rude about Chelsea Green, but it would do.
I mean, I can believe he's rude about Chelsea Green. That man blocked... By the way, that man blocked me.
Blocked you?
Yeah. I am blocked by Scrap. I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to get that reversed now too. Remember when we got
I don't give a shit about being. I think it's stupid that I'm blocked by him, but I don't give a shit.
Hey, we got Auntie Collins unblocked by Ian Riccaboni. I'm sure that we could get Ed unblocked by Scrap Daddy.
Well, you know what? Ian Riccaboni is a smart man, so of course he would understand that he might have just made a mistake.
Oh, so you don't want this unblocking to happen? You just talk shit about him. Shit. Okay.
I'm just surprised.
You're blocked by Adam Pearce. I'm blocked by Britt Baker.
I don't think anyone blocks me.
Right, and
I'm also blocked by Dave Meltzer, but that's not an accomplishment. That's just a Tuesday.
Never in my existence tweeted at Britt Baker.
That's weird.
Yeah, never tweeted about her, never tweeted with her, there was never a picture on there, nothing.
She heard you use the word bell end one time and she's like, nope.
Oh, Adam Cole, baby, how much I miss you back in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
How good, right, I'm going on a nostalgia right now. Now I've got an advert break going on. How good do you think Undisputed
what? Which one?
Would be if they were still in WWE?
Undisputed Era or Undisputed Kingdom? Because those are two different answers.
Era.
The Undisputed Era would be exactly where Judgment Day is right now. They'd be top of the card with a world championship. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I thought you meant, I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
Well, if kept together and kept booked in the same way they were being booked in NXT, yes, 100%.
Yeah. They'd be a dominant faction with their hands in every pie imaginable, and they'd have a world champion. Like, they would have had, I think it would have been Roderick Strong would have been the Dominic Mysterio role, where he would have been the North American champion. And then going back and forth. Adam Cole would have been your world champion, and Fish and O'Reilly would be your undisputed tag team champions. And you'd be doing I think you'd do the exact same thing, and you give them whatever female they needed, like whatever women's roster member they needed. Obviously, Rhea Ripley wouldn't fit the bill, but with Undisputed Era, that could have been Liv Morgan. That could have been Bayley.
Yeah.
I think pairing Bailey with Adam Cole would have been an interesting pairing to go together. I think that would have worked. Or if you want to go down the Ring of Honor route, Roxanne Perez. I think if you want to make her a heel and you want to definitively make her a heel while she gets to learn alongside some of the best heels in the business, you put her in Undisputed Era.
Yeah. It's just a shame how that all ended in the end.
By the way, can we just talk about how shitty the SummerSlam stuff looks in orange and brown for the Cleveland Browns?
That's a really bad graphic.
It's just a really bad color scheme, but then again, it's Chicago, it's Cleveland, so what can you expect other than shit?
I mean, there's nostalgia doesn't just hit me because I'm like, oh, I like it because it's old. I like it because they had a cool design to stuff. Even the old SummerSlam logo in general just felt better. The SummerSlam advertising nowadays just doesn't scream summer to me. It doesn't scream biggest party of the summer or anything. As where before it was like, yeah, I felt it. I felt like we were in for a heat wave. We were in for big sweaty wrestlers beating the living daylights out of each other.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. Always my favorite summer.
I posted this in another chat, but I was having a work meeting this afternoon dealing with our car wash system. I work within a company that runs car washes, dispensaries, gas stations, and C-stores, stuff like that. And we're talking about the car washes, specifically only the car washes. And one of our executives in the company, I shit you not, I can't make this up, said in the meeting, I know this isn't going to sound very PC, but the limited cash that we do in our car washes, that's our drug dealer money. And I'm like, the fuck did you just say? Like, how does that come out of your mouth as the man who runs the car washes? Like, we were talking about the idea of getting rid of the car washes altogether, like getting rid of the cash in the car washes altogether, and only using like cashless systems to do it. And he talked about how some of our car washes are in an inner city and called it the drug dealer money. And more to my point is, if we're going to talk about our company's drug dealer money, we really should be talking about the dispensaries that we run when we talk about that. That's our real drug dealer money because we're selling weed. Because we have an actual dispensary as part of our corporate portfolio.
That's Bobby approved right there.
Oh, I'm sure it's Bobby approved.
I would be their greatest customer if I lived in the area, I tell you.
Our prices are very high. It's not worth it.
No, that's okay. As long as I end up with the same result as the price.
It is, but it would be a safe place to purchase product, which is most important.
Which is basically what we got going on over here. That's the one thing that has remained affordable out in our country.
It's the only thing to keep you guys happy.
That's right.
All right. We've done the nostalgia thing. Now, can we read the picks, please?
Tomorrow on Busted Open Radio, Bubba Ray talks about another appearance of WWE.
Yep. While trashing AEW.
Yeah, he's done that a lot lately.
The New Day. Ooh, pretty deadly.
That was a pretty deadly pick right there.
I'm telling you, SmackDown's racking up these great picks, man.
Yeah.
They're not getting these factions like Raw's taking, but they're taking a lot of building pieces.
They don't have a lot of room for as many factions with only 2 hours versus 3 hours of television as well. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, Lyra!
There you go.
Congratulations! Oh, look at her. Our little bird lady has grown to be a full-fledged flying bird. Yeah, Becky and Lyra together. Very cool. All right, what else we got for SmackDown? Ooh.
This is probably the right move for them.
Absolutely. It means that I assume we're going to see DIY going that way too.
And that would also be a very good move for DIY too, if that's the case.
Well, just think about it. Think about the idea of having DIY versus A-Town Down Under as a SummerSlam feud for those tag titles.
Oh dear. I guess the Gallus boys are still not on top.
Hey, they might get drafted.
I'd laugh if they go first in the next round just for Mark.
I would love if they go to Raw too. There with Gunther. Because remember, they were the men that got the final boss in ring shape for his WrestleMania match.
Imagine this. Oh, sorry.
Everybody in the world that they could pick, and Gallus were the men to get him ready for that match.
Better yet, if Gallus do get drafted, I think that it should have to be a commitment right now from Mark to pre-record a little bit of a 5 to 10 minute review talking about how amazing Gallus's appearances are every single week on their new brand.
I think I would rather. I'm not going to say the end of that sentence. I've nearly got cancelled already during this show. I'm not going to.
He's
do
like,
it
I would
again.
rather, and then decides not to finish.
The new battle. How many times can Mark get kicked off this stream before the end of the program?
I mean, I can do it more if we need to. I just thought it was. I just thought we were gonna, go ahead and.
That was an interesting move. I'm changing the subject now.
I figured.
Of calling up Lyra Valkyria. Interesting move.
Yeah, I'll give the edge to SmackDown on that round.
I was gonna say they got so much depth in that round. SmackDown did.
Yeah.
I gotta say the potential side of where things could go, I think, is gonna be strong for the SmackDown round there for sure.
I think it's interesting what they've decided to do. They've decided to make Raw on Netflix is getting star power in bunches for high effect, highly promotable stuff. And USA is getting a very stable wrestling-based product on their side.
Don't worry, the rest of us around the world will enjoy watching all of them over at our new home of Netflix as of January 1st, 2025.
I just can't wait to see what they do in the United States because Fox stops carrying in October, and Netflix don't pick up till January.
Yeah.
So that means there's 3 months where WWE has no official home in the United States on SmackDown.
Ouch.
It'll be on TNT Sport over here until January, by the looks of things.
Yeah, they can't go to TNT Sports here.
I thought I thought no. I thought that SmackDown will stay. Is SmackDown also going onto Netflix as well?
No, USA.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I keep reading different things, but I have a feeling SmackDown won't be included in that package, even internationally or for us like Canada, UK.
It's not. So I presume TNT Sports that we have over here will carry on doing it. But the interesting thing is TNT Sport also had NXT, but NXT is no more, and it's on WWE Network for us.
Yeah.
We have to watch it. So what are they doing with NXT over here? Will
Yeah,
they
it is
put
going
that
on the WB.
Netflix?
Warner WB. Not Warner Brothers. It's there's an actual Warner Brothers station that's picking it up.
Now, and I could be wrong about this, and it might be different here in Canada because right now, essentially all WWE programming is hosted on Sportsnet. So I have
CW, not WB. I'm sorry, CW.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that as of January 1st, all of that comes to an end. So the deal might, in Canada at least, be for all the programming, because I thought I had seen in some print somewhere that SmackDown was included, but I could be wrong on that. It means that there would have to be in Canada renegotiations with Sportsnet there for SmackDown rights, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a question I need to ask Tom Colohue on his show or whenever next, of what's going to happen with the TV rights in the UK, because it's got weird, because NXT was on TNT with Raw, with SmackDown, and now NXT's no more is on WWE Network, but SmackDown and Raw are both on TNT Sports. So what is happening when it goes to Netflix? I want to know.
I just think the Netflix deal is such a big deal for the United States because of the way it works. Under the terms of this Netflix deal, the streaming giant will have the option to extend the agreement for another 10 years after the agreement is up. But they also have an early out clause after 5. So Netflix but they gave $5 billion. Like, it's a mega deal. That's like people are talking like the AEW streaming deal. Like, you have to understand, we're talking about billions of dollars for WWE Network, like rights deals.
Yeah.
And AEW's not, I don't think the AEW is going to crack $1 billion in their TV rights deal. And that's even if they include Ring of Honor and all the AEW library in it. I don't think it's going to go over $1 billion.
Yeah. So it sounds like we are getting full blown here in Canada, which says here in print, including SmackDown, as well as pay-per-views or premium live events, I guess. It's all of it is listed as being part of the deal with Netflix Canada.
Can you have a look, Bobby, for me, what the UK are doing, please?
Well, that print specifically actually mentioned that the deal for Netflix in the US is for Raw only, and that for Latin America, Canada, and the UK, the deal will include Raw, SmackDown, other live WWE programming shows, and premium live events as well too. So I'm assuming the full-blown live streaming of any WWE based show. So that should include Raw, SmackDown, NXT, any of the other programs that not as many people watch. Say, I don't know, do they still run Superstars on Saturdays every once in a while? So we're going to get all of that plus the premium live events for our purchase of WWE addition to Netflix come January.
Right, perfect then.
That'll be, you know what, again, I'll look into the pricing. I'm definitely interested in going down that road.
Yeah, because are they also, because I know...
Holy shit!
Yeah, have you just seen it?
I did, JD's face.
Yeah. Also, I'm also interested to see as well, are Netflix going to charge extra per premium live event for non-US?
We don't know. No.
Yeah, that's the thing that I want to know. Is that what they're going to do, or are they going to include it in the weekly thing that they're doing?
I would assume that we would have to pay additional for the premium live event side of things. I have a feeling like, because here in Canada right now, we can still get the WWE network. You have to have a cable subscription to get the network, and it includes.
Yeah, that's what we.
I think that's going to be the addition to our Netflix is the network, coupled with the live programming that they're bringing there. I don't think the live programming like Raw, SmackDown kind of thing will cost users any additional, because I'm sure they're going to come with commercials of some sort that Netflix are going to include in it. But then for the premium live events and stuff, I'm imagining there's going to be an additional charge added to your Netflix bill to get those.
I think it'd be interesting to see whether what they'll do is they'll have like a fourth option on, because in Netflix over here you have the basic where you can have adverts, then you have something else, and then you have the high tier of Netflix that you can buy. I presume that they could add like a fourth tier, which includes all of Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and premium live events like we do for the WWE Network, because that's what we use over here as well. All rolled into one, and you get regular scheduled programming as well, which means I'm going to need to up my fucking Netflix thing for it. So that would be interesting. Right, I'm going to quickly go for a pee. You lot carry on.
All right. Okay. I was going to say, right now I'm going to update where we are with the draft stuff.
Yeah.
So we are sitting with these people are still available in the draft. DIY, Apollo Crews, Bronson Reed, the Creed Brothers, the Final Testament, Giovanni Vinci, Caden Carter and Katana Chance, Natalia, the New Catch Republic, Odyssey Jones, Tegan Knox. Those are the remaining picks that can be made, not including, obviously, the NXT call-ups.
And we're clearly at one more round away. Like, how many have we done?
Fifth round. We have done 5. We are moments away from the 6th round.
And the rest become supplemental then.
Yeah. And those will be announced later on tonight.
Yeah.
Again, notable wrestlers not in the draft pools: Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Jimmy Uso. Interestingly enough, I was wrong, is not included in the draft pool. Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, and The Rock.
Okay.
So Jimmy Uso may very well end up on Raw.
Yes.
He was apparently not part of the package where the draft. Yeah, because the bloodline was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and then MFT Tama Tonga with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns pulled himself out, which is why the storyline, they fell to the 3rd round of the draft the other night.
Curious to see when they will actually debut Jacob Fatu. It sounds like he will be put into a prominent position and everything, but are all those wondering if he's going to show up this Saturday? No.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. I don't know that they could have cleared that criminal record that fast in order to get him over there. This isn't one of their typical get rid of a DWI and sweep it under the rug situations. Yep.
We got Becky in Damage Control.
Oh, we're coming up to that round, that last round here.
Well, here we go. Round 6.
Mark's going to miss it.
He's listening in the banyo.
Oh.
I'm still behind.
I won't say it.
The Final Testament.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Monday Night Factions.
Yeah.
But again, like I said earlier, too, with only 2 hours of programming, SmackDown, too many factions would really not cut it. There's one you were correct on.
DIY.
Yep. You called it.
It seemed logical at this point.
It's a great refresher for them.
Yep. Pretty Deadly, A-Town Down Under. I think the Creed Brothers, if I were to go out on a limb, I think the Creed Brothers added that way too.
Here's our next one.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah. This one I kind of felt was going run in
Big
and Raw.
teats. As Mel would say, big teats.
Yeah, Big Teats. Big Teats is over in MLW. He's going to take the National Openweight title.
Oh, that's Big Dude Tito.
Yeah, that's Big Teats.
Oh, I thought that Bronson was Big Teats.
Nope. Big Bad Tito is.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. There you go, Ed.
Oh, another call up. Ooh.
Yeah.
She's been separated from her boyfriend. Fiance. Sorry. It's about fucking time for her, though. I'll say it's about goddamn time. She's been ready.
Also been a while, but has SmackDown even picked an NXT call up yet? Or no? Yeah, they did. Sorry, never mind.
Friday. They may not have done it tonight, but they did on Friday. Yeah, she has the experience to be there. Absolutely. Can we just go over the SmackDown women's division here for a second here? I just want to reiterate this. Bianca Belair, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill,
Naomi,
Tiffany Stratton, B-Fab, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven. Like, this women's division on SmackDown is something to see. And you got to remember, you include Bayley in that. Oh, he's eating away over there.
Yeah,
I'm eating all over myself.
He's just eating all over the place.
Yeah.
I can't stop the yeet. It's going everywhere.
He can't stop eating all over the place.
He's like Pat McAfee, get eaten all up on our screens.
Oh, fuck me, Jay. How many more times do I have to do this? Come on, do it one more time and I can go. I've got it in me. Ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Here we go. We're fucking go, mate. Come on, let's go. It's yeet. I'm eating all over myself. Oh, yeah. I'm eating. Yeet. Oh, it's a good thing I've just eaten something because I feel bloody better now. It's nearly, what's the time now? Fuck it, it's 20 to 4 in the morning and I'm just yeeted all over myself.
I'm gonna break everyone's heart. Yeet is the most annoying thing since shoosh, please.
Yeet.
Oh, no, I can't do that. All right. I tried to do something nice and I can't do it. I tried to get both nights of the draft all in one. Too many characters.
You gotta get two.
Now I've lost round 6. Now I've lost round 6. I have to go back and find round 6.
Oh no! You're gonna have to start using the breeds. You know,
that Blair Davenport pick is the best one that I think that of the NXT, one of the NXT call-ups. I think Blair Davenport has got it. I've raved about Blair Davenport when she stepped foot what was it? Way before NXT. I think I saw her for the first time in Progress Wrestling back in the day, and then she went off to Japan, and then she's come back. She was in NXT UK, then she went away, and then she went in NXT, and by God, this woman's got it all. And I'm going to make a prediction now. This prediction is coming now, okay? Not at WrestleMania 41. WrestleMania 42, Blair Davenport will either walk in or walk out as the women's champion.
A long way to prove that point, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I don't think that she will hold a championship this year. I think it will be all about her learning the main roster, how to learn about doing the travel and all of that type of thing. And I think she will be there in or around a championship as soon as she steps foot on Friday Night SmackDown. Yeet!
I'd say SmackDown definitely cleaned up in terms of the women's division. I think that they have got a very strong look in women's division going forward.
Yeah.
I think you can also say they've got a strong women's tag division you can say as well. You can put Nia Jax with Tiffany Stratton on there as well. You've got a few other women that could team up if they needed to do for the women's tag division. I think that is a great thing. I think Raw have done really well to build their women's division for either for the Becky or Liv or whoever, or Rhea Ripley. You've also got, they can have more storylines with other things in there as well. I think Triple H is finally going to start taking a book out of Shawn Michaels' way of booking things, and hopefully put more women on the screen and put some more storylines in their way as well. So this Triple H era looking really good so far. I'm really excited now after Backlash, when the draft picks are fully in and can actually start going. It's going to be an exciting time, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You yeet one more time, we're getting rid of you.
Yeet.
He didn't think I'd catch it. He didn't think I'd catch it.
Yeah, and he's just backstage eating all over the place.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
And again, there. Oh, look at that! Oh, gone.
Look, I'm yeeting over Mark. Look at him.
Gone.
Yeet.
Sorry, Mark.
He just broke the record for this hour right there. That heady time.
There we go.
Off the show.
Sorry, Mark. I'm just having fun. I apologize.
Oh, don't apologize. I know you love me, so it's fine.
I do.
Try to find me an Englishman who can't take a joke.
Oh, there's plenty.
Fuck it. I'll tell you what. Come over here. You can find quite a lot. Oh.
You know, spelling it out, I continue to hate Tommaso Ciampa because I can never spell that fucking name properly. I was literally just looking at it and still misspelled it. I was literally writing it off of a website and still misspelled it. You know what? I still think that there's going to be a lot of people who are upset that a lot of people didn't, like, more people switched tonight than they did the other night. But I think there's still going to be some people who are a little upset.
If they switched everybody completely around, people would be mad that all they did is switch programs. If they didn't switch anyone, they'd be saying, wrestling fans are fickle. They will find something to be upset about because that's what they do. Yes, we will have things we don't like, but of course, there is those people out there that make a killing off of podcasting and talking smack all the damn time about everything on the damn screens. And I could start listing some big podcasters out there who I think have absolutely made an entire career out of being pompous little fickle asses about what they see on their damn screens every week.
And I just want to go over it again. We just went over it during the last commercial break. Apollo Crews, the Creed brothers, Giovanni Vinci, Caden Carter and Katana Chance, Natalya, New Catch Republic, Odyssey Jones, and Tegan Knox are right now all undrafted and are looking for supplemental picks after Raw goes off the air.
Maybe Natalya will stick with NXT, help some of the up and coming women over there. Again, Natalya's that perfect role for ushering in and helping get some of these women over and stuff like that. Everybody sees her as that locker room leader, and I think NXT could essentially use Natalya in that perfect role. And when Natalya decides to hang out her boots, that's a perfect role for her as a coach or trainer over on the NXT side to help bolster and get better that NXT women's division to lead them into an even stronger women's division on Raw and SmackDown down the road.
And can we also talk about Fightful Select's misreporting on NXT being completely gutted and raided when it came to the draft?
Oh, sure.
The list of people drafted from NXT so far, not including what might happen in the supplemental draft. Carmelo Hayes needed to go up.
Yep.
Kiana James, surprise, but not a raid of the brand. Ilya Dragunov needed to go up. Lyra Valkyria, ready to go up. A touch surprising, but kind of expected. And Blair Davenport, complete surprise, completely deserving. And Baron Corbin went to SmackDown on the supplemental draft. That's it. Well, Braun Breaker, but he was technically on SmackDown anyways already. That's not raiding NXT. NXT is still loaded, especially in the women's division.
And tell me they don't have a bunch of people ready that they want to start debuting soon, that have gone through the programs and have been training behind the scenes in preparation of debuting in NXT. This is going to come with a lot of new spots that they're going to be able to fill and push new people ahead to prepare the next generation for those roster call-ups down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean Rossap did something wrong, but you can't say anything about it because he cries like a little
No. This report did not come from Sean Rossap. This report came from Corey Brennan.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, he probably took his name off
NXT, everything NXT based comes from mostly from Corey Brennan.
Ah, right. But you have to pay $4.99 to find out what he said.
God, JD McDonough's head. I don't know if it's real or if it's all makeup. God, that shit looks bad.
They made him up to look like a real Klingon now.
And Ash is saying to think we still have Charlotte, Rhea, and anyone else that's injured that didn't get drafted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman Reigns. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is going to be going to a brand at some point. Yes, but your one's up for the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
And the final boss. Don't forget the final boss. Thank you very much.
Yes, tutorial boss. We'll never forget about the final boss. It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
the final boss is just calling in the
Stop showing
shots.
JD McDonough. Oh. Please stop showing JD McDonough.
Well, they gave him the Monday Night Raw colors just right all over that big old head of his.
God, there's a whole lot of head for him to be knocked up on, too.
When he says he bleeds red, he totally means he bleeds red.
Look at our El Campeon right there. God, he looks good with that title.
He does. The second best Puerto Rican of all time.
You're a big fan of Pedro Morales, Mark, I guess.
He is a big Pedro Morales, Mark. I do admit. I don't think he's ever seen a Pedro Morales match, to be honest.
No.
Talking about the greatest Puerto Rican wrestler of all time, Logan Paul there, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to know what's funny? Astrid's been sitting here talking about how she couldn't be here for this whole show, but yet she's joined us the entire time in the comments.
I would have gladly stepped aside and let my seat open up. Still can, you know. I know it's the main event and all. Yeah, I originally thought I hadn't seen anything set up, and I was like, you know what? I happen to be home. I happen to be sitting around. Maybe I'll watch the Raw draft. And I was like, you know what? I'll pop in and say hello to Ed and Mark. And then, you know, I stuck around for 3 hours longer than expected.
It's been a fun time, I have to admit.
Oh, it's been a blast.
Yeah. It's been a great time. Well, what have we done today? We've watched the draft. We've all yeeted over ourselves.
Well, you've yeeted all over yourself.
All right. Both of you don't need to say that I've yeeted all over myself. I have, and I've had a great time yeeting. And the ring Ganadal, the greatest intercontinental champion that has ever existed in known man history, was the number one pick, as I had solely said before.
But you know who beat him? Whoa,
Don't you bloody hit me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's go!
Let's go!
By the way, for anybody who hasn't seen it, I do want to put this out there. Congratulations, Ricochet. Look at that speed championship right there in his hands.
I can't even see the title. I need to get forward. Hold on. Oh, that looks quite nice.
I see it.
Let me see if I can get a better
Astrid,
picture of it.
for the love of God, woman, you said you wouldn't be in here, but I've just seen you go, let's put a clip on with bloody Bobby singing Sami Zayn's thing.
Hey,
I have a feeling I'm going to pay for some of this tomorrow, but I don't care. It's been fun.
It's because Astrid knows that the reason she doesn't want to be on is she doesn't want to face the greatest Puerto Rican that has ever come out of Puerto Rico, and that is Logan Paul. That's why. Damian Priest can't even lace Logan Paul's boots. That's why. Astrid, that one was just for you.
Do we?
That one
do
up.
we do it? Do we? Look. Oh, gone. Oh, gone. Oh, gone.
Every time I go in and out now, hello, pause. Every time I go in and out, I'm making sure that I'm just yeeting.
Every time you go in and out, the StreamYard has to do a white balance on your screen again. Becoming all pixelated.
You trying to say I'm fat? Weight balance. You saying I'm fat, Bobby? What are you trying to say there, Sunshine? You trying to say I'm fat?
What?
It's true, but still, you trying to say?
Right here, see, Asher knows how to pick clips for shorts, sir. What are you doing? See, we need people that are digging for that gold. Those clips that bring us in all those views. And this one's for you, my friend.
Yeah, it's fine. Won't be the first time I've been yelled at on screen. Won't be the last. Mark, here is a slightly better. Hold on.
Okay. Interesting. It's different. Not bad.
Apparently, that's for both of us, by the way.
You're both in trouble.
Again, it won't be the first time. It won't be the last.
For either
Bobby,
of you.
Bobby, I do apologize. You are going to have to fix the Killer Cuts back end stuff. Because that's the one I would use for tonight.
Oh, don't worry. It's all good. I do that all the time.
All right.
Because I know we're limited to how many we can actually alter for the layouts of the shows and stuff like that. So
that's for Ed and Mark. No dear.
Yeah.
I'm fat.
You got to tune in tomorrow, Mark, to get your beat down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it in the morning. No bollocks.
But just like Mark, if you can't watch us live on screen, you can always leave us a comment in the comment section right here on YouTube while you're watching on the replay.
Yeah.
Cheap plug.
We've been having great numbers on the YouTube side. We don't get the comments. I want to hear what people think of the shows. What can we do better? What do you like about the shows? What can we continue keeping? Are there things that we need to talk more about? Things like that.
You need to talk more about why Mark keeps eating all over himself.
I also do like our diversity tonight. We have 3 fat white guys from 3 different countries.
Hey, at least on the plus side, we're all from different countries.
I agree. And we also reached out to Astrid to join us tonight, and she had more important things to do.
Yeah, fucking clipping the stuff and talking in the comments. That's what she's been
recording some video that's top secret even to me. Did you know she posted a video? Did you know she posted a list of her goals for 2024?
Yeah,
and she redacted some of the goals.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like she wouldn't even tell me what the redacted goals were.
How selfish! See, this is why.
I know.
You know what? That has Damian Priest mentality. That is. That's why Logan Paul is the greatest Puerto Rican. We're yeeting. We're yeeting. But it's got to that time of night now where I don't even know what I'm doing. It's 5 to 4 and I'm losing my fucking mind. That's where we are right now.
And Mark's got a shower and go to work right after this, folks.
Oh, thank God I don't. Thank God I don't. I've got to record videos tomorrow, but that's about it. And edit. Fucking edit. Oh, dude.
Oh, the eating has begun in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I do. I want to know everything, Astrid.
Let's see.
How
One
else
thing
can I
and
make sure that
eating
you
are two
succeed?
different things, though.
How else can I make sure that Astrid takes over the world if I don't know all the world domination goals? I'm her pinky. She's the brain. We're
You
pinky,
are.
We're
Hold
pinky
on.
and the brain.
She
brain,
is Taylor
brain,
Swift.
brain.
You're her Swiftie.
Of course.
There we go.
But as it says, jokes aside, I love the vibes between you guys, and Mark isn't on screen often. We love having Mark on screen. We like to play with him and pull him out, but it's all in good fun. He knows it, and he plays it up for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like we had one person reach out to me and be like, "Hey, you guys have been a little too mean to Mark." I'm like, no, he's fine. He's all good. He's in on the joke, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? If he was, let's be honest. If anyone wasn't in on the joke, we wouldn't do those kind of things to them.
No, because removing somebody from the stream could be like a really rude and awful thing.
Yeah.
However, when we do it to Mark, it's, as he knows, smile on our faces, watching him laugh off screen as he gets pulled out, like it's a badge of pride on his shoulder.
He's earning those removals.
It's fun to mess with him too, with the winky face.
Oh dear.
You know
what?
You don't get messed with unless you're loved. That's
Of
the
course.
true answer right there.
Yeah. Also, I want to talk about something that I do. I wish people could see him laughing off screen too, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
I really don't want
It is
off-screen
infectious.
reactions.
Do you know what the funniest thing is as well? What people don't see is when I remove, or I know that I'm going to get removed, is as soon as it does, I will literally either cower into a ball crying with laughter, or I will wait until I come back just to say something again to miss someone else so I can go back off straight away. That's basically what I do. I'm here to annoy people.
Says, he isn't being held hostage here. He's having fun.
Hey, he requested being here, so
Astrid, you said I'm not being held hostage. Could you please pay that the
While we're here, I do want to talk about with the Prime all right around the ringside area. I want to talk about. I didn't hate the Prime logo on the ring.
No, I didn't.
It's fine.
It was there. It was noticeable, but other than Cody kissing it, like when he goes to kiss the mat, it didn't bother me at one bit. I was very surprised, but I wanted to admit it. I'm more annoyed by the Prime stuff at the side of the ring than I am about the Prime on the ring. Oh, Mark's eating all over himself again.
Yeah. Well, we've just foreshadowed the fact that 100% we are not seeing a Jey Uso win this Saturday by giving him the momentum now.
Mike the ref. Sorry for popping in late, but can you please ask Mark if Gallows was drafted as they deserve to be?
Mike, thank you for dropping in, first of all, and double thank you for dropping in and throwing shade at Mark.
No! Do you know what? Gallus didn't get drafted because they're not on top. They suck. The hat had to come off for that.
Remember, Mark, it's written. Well, it's not written. It's verbalized here on screen that when Gallus go to Raw or SmackDown, you're giving us a 5-minute Hail Gallus segment every single week on their whatever appearance they make.
I might.
Now take that.
Yeah.
All right. Raw is over. I just want to go over the entirety of the draft from both nights one last time. We have on SmackDown, all of SmackDown's picks. We have Bianca Belair, Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, Nia Jax, LA Knight, and the Bloodline, which does not include Jimmy Uso, by the way, I found out. Also, AJ Styles and Andrade. On night 2, SmackDown picked up Jade Cargill, Kevin Owens, The Pride, laid up of Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and B-Fab, and Tiffany Stratton. SmackDown also picked up Legado del Fantasma of Santos Escobar, Electra Lopez, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo, and Shinsuke Nakamura, as well as picking up Naomi and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They also picked up Pretty Deadly, made up of Kit Wilson and Elton Prince, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And then in the final round, they picked up DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and Blair Davenport. Hell of a draft by SmackDown there. There's a lot of future. There's a lot of building stars on the SmackDown side. And that's all with Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, and A-Town Down Under, and Bayley. On the Raw side, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Liv Morgan, Ricochet, Sheamus, Alpha Academy, and Kiana James. It also includes Imperium, Damage Control, CM Punk, Braun Strowman, the LWO, including Carlito, Shinsuke Nakamura. Nope, sorry, that's a SmackDown one. It was the LWO and Drew McIntyre, Judgment Day, and Ilya Dragunov, the New Day, Lyra Valkyria, the Final Testament, and Bronson Reed. So absolutely fantastic night of drafts. The supplemental draft is still going to be going on as we speak. We'll be getting ready to start the supplemental draft. We'll see those names coming out in just a little while. But Mark, we're going to go ahead and give you the big screen. Tell us what you got coming up one last time before we head on out of here.
Yes, so if you head over to Mark Talks Wrestling, we have got, starting tomorrow, WWE 2K24 My Showcase, where it's 40 years of WrestleMania, and we're going to go through the 21 matches of the greatest matches they have selected for that. And then coming in 2 or 3 weeks' time, it will be the return of Universe Mode with Bobby Munson and Lauren Goodnight. And so that is on Mark Talks Wrestling. Not only that, if you go over to Mark Talks Gaming, we've done Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, we've done Spider-Man 2, Fortnite, and we've got a current doing EAFC 24, FIFA, of doing a rebuild Reading Football Club, my club, the club I love and support, rebuilding them back to the Premier League and winning the Premier League and doing all that type of thing before we end that. And then we've got a big game coming out that was not out. It's already been out for a few years, but I'm going to replay it, redo it. But that is when it comes out then. And I've also got Mark Talks Football doing a Football Manager save at the moment of Deportivo La Coruña, one of the biggest giant killers in Spanish football. But unfortunately, it all went wrong. They all went downhill. Money got lost. And it's all about me rebuilding that. Can I build them back up and put them back inside and winning the Champions League for the first time and La Liga? That's all on the channels I've got, and I'm tired, and it is yeet done.
Bobby Munson, what about you, my friend?
All right. So again, as Mark mentioned, of course, that my universe mode coming up is my universe mode. I hope I said that right. But that's coming up again soon, where I will be taking control of the MLW crew. The rosters that we had built previously are going to carry on with some new additions and all sorts of fun over there. Looking forward to that. Spending more time, battling it out with both Mark and Lauren over there. But as for right here on our local establishment, Thursday night, myself and Pop Smokes, you're going to be able to catch us with the Ring Respect Radio. You're going to be able to see me part of hopefully the TNA post show on Friday, possibly try to confirm that. Saturday Backlash post show, Sunday Point of View, and of course every Saturday myself Pop Smokes as part of your commentary team over at Prairie Pro Wrestling. So make sure to check that out, like, follow, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And if you're watching on the replay here on YouTube, as always, leave us a comment. We like comments. We like to chat.
Yeah. And of course you can find me tomorrow night on Taking Over with the wonderful, the natural Ash Mazzaros. We talk all things NXT. Spring Break-In Night 2's coming out. We got to talk about the draft picks that got called up. We'll have all that stuff going on. We've also, we also have on Wednesday night, me and my other tag team partner, Andre C, are going to be back once again talking Marvel. We're on a Marvel rebound again as we are back to Iron Man 3. Oh, there's lots to talk about Iron Man 3. But yeah, you can catch us with that on Wednesday night. In 2 weeks, and not this Wednesday, but 2 weeks from this Wednesday, we're going to have the finale of X-Men 97, and it is about to be on. These last 3 episodes are being hyped by everybody and their mother about these being some big episodes. So look forward to that. Other than that, I might not be here for the Backlash stuff, but if not, you can catch me, like I said, every Tuesday night. Next Monday night, we are going to be returning with Talking Takeover, me and Ash Mazar, where we go back and watch old takeovers and review them because we didn't get to review them at the time. We are up to our Evolution, which means we're going to be able to see the debut of Kevin Owens in NXT. So we're in for an interesting night on that one, because if you didn't watch all the way through the end of the show, you might have missed something on that one. We'll talk about that later on. But for myself, Ol'Ed Ed Fries, for Bobby Munson, for Mark Talks Wrestling, thank you for joining us. Mark's going to yeet himself as we go off, playing the Talking Takeover video. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'm never gonna look back, 'cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.